because not only does it cover the platform by sitting there with a low commitment option.
Oh my
no,
gosh.
going off. Wait, hold on. The 2v1 here potential. Oh yeah, you're just gonna say even though it's 70, even though I expect you to hold on, I don't need a 1v1 on the 100 first best player in the world. I'm just gonna force you to have to deal with 2 bodies. That being said, Emma, all it takes is one well-placed dare to make this a very even game.
Yeah, struggling to make it back to the ledge. Falco does have a pretty predictable recovery using that side B to make it back, but just kind of letting them combo each other, running to the other side of the stage and just resetting, poking using a lot of this up air, but yeah, just not falling for it, just using that dash attack to clean the ground, and really good stuff there to the Twins going to proceed through this bracket.
Yeah, they are determined to find their way towards that rematch, right? They only lost to Leo and Big Boss. That is the team who is now sitting in Grand Finals winner's side. So it's very important in here moving forward to remember that not only is this one of the best doubles teams in the world, but they only lost to the team in Grand Finals, pushing their way through losers now, trying to fight their way back there. They woke up with a vengeance. They are willing to dig deep into their pockets to make it happen, and they are one of the teams really to be stopped. Also, what am I saying? It's Onin and Riddles in Grand Finals,
yeah.
right? I'm so silly. I'm so sorry,
It's
everybody.
okay.
Losers Finals. We had Losers Finals, and we're not, so, production. In that being our last out, are we not streaming Grand Finals of doubles? Okay, so doubles is going to finish over on side stream is the word we just got. This is going to be coming up here, I believe, the last mainstream set for doubles, Emma. So, obviously, we're going to have one more after this. We're going to do an ad read, then we'll get a quick little opportunity to, say goodbye to y'all. But it's been an absolute blast so far.
Yeah, I love playing doubles. It's very hard for me to watch doubles because there's so much going on, but it's definitely a pleasure when you have a lot of really great players and a lot of great team synergy. I love watching the Twins play. They are so good at just ping-ponging off of each other and making a lot of these crazy 2v1 plays, but everybody else has been doing a fantastic job as well, and so I'm excited to watch these two teams stack up against each other.
It has really looked like a well-coordinated, when you watch a well-coordinated ballroom games, right?
Yeah.
Where it all just looks, as you zoom out of it, it all just looks, every single person is moving in synchronicity. When you get to these high levels double sets, it feels much the same way, right? The way these teams move almost as a symbiotic, one between the two players, right? Like trading offs, positioning, fluidly off of each other. Every step by one is also a match set by the other one. We are not actually starting here, despite them locking into the game. I think there's something on the production side of things, so we're just going to restart here. This is not game 1 just yet, Emma, but we're about to get into things.
What is Neo doing? Wizzy asking for a second, who is the player cam looking at? Because for a second it wasn't looking at anybody, but now it is looking at, well, I don't know what bro is doing, but okay.
Neo or Wizzy?
Wizzy's playing the drums.
Yeah, man. Sometimes you gotta make a little bit of music. Gotta keep those hands warm.
True.
And everyone's got their own method of doing it. I think we just discovered Wizzy's secret sauce, though. Maybe, he plays Mario, but maybe he's a DK main inside the way he's playing the bongos.
So true, bestie.
It was funnier in my head.
It's okay.
Anyways, we are going to get into game number 1 for real this time. Neo and Cosmos, SHADIC and Wizzy, PS2. No surprises here, except for, well, once again, the singles, doubles, it doesn't matter. Neo, SHADIC always find a way to find each other in bracket.
The core and Jitto, I feel like, is very interesting. I love watching the way that these guys are using the same tools to combating each other. But Wizzy firing with a ton of damage here on the red team on Neo. Using that landing there is going to be super beneficial for both Corns, but it seems like right now SHADIC definitely has a lock. Able to find that parry to get SHADIC off of Neo instead, though.
Yeah, and now, just
oh my gosh, the call!
is so good. I was going to say they were trying to force, both teams definitely seeming to prioritize more finding these 1v1 situations. Cosmos reacting there very viscerally as he almost beat the stock. Very electric situation there. Offstage, but not able to find its mark. So now Wizzy pressured in the corner. Onin and SHADIC trying to get him out of dodge, but Neo gonna be on the chase. So instead, you just have to reset to neutral, and Neo somehow sneaking his way through, somehow closing that stock out anyway.
This is scary against Pyro at the ledge, but Wizzy able to find that F throw off stage and avoiding the up smash or F smash that Cosmos was going for there. Able to use the double jump to make it back to center stage, but Cosmos really struggling to find a hit here. Able to find the Nair instead, but Neo trying to lock down the ledge with both of the yellow team off stage. Able to find the neutral B, and that team is just going crazy right now.
And Wizzy having to commit fully to ledge there to try and also help pressure to give his teammate time to get back. It didn't work out though, and so Neo was able to reversal him, find some damage back to center stage, rack this on as now up a stock. They try to keep the momentum going. Cosmos having to burn the air dodge to get back, trying to get back down here again. SHADIC just hasn't been able to make it happen, finally doing so at an advantage state to boot. Ooh, that was the light in the tunnel for SHADIC and Wizzy, but Emma, this light might be starting to get snuffed because they just haven't had an answer so far.
Yeah, the Nair from Corn is doing a really good job of controlling space, controlling a lot of airspace around both of these swordies, but both of the Corns have been so consistent with finding parries as well. A few times Wizzy has been ready with a follow-up, like a grab or something, but ooh, great team combo there. Jab into back air to find that red team stock, but still have a mountain to climb here, especially after losing that Wizzy stock.
Yeah, they're going to have to work overtime if they want to get this one done. Definitely not a 9 to 5 here in Ypsilanti if you're going to try and find a way back into this game. SHADIC at the very end, but still full confidence, right? Trying to find those backers on the up special and got the pressure. Now Neo on the stock trade, Emma, just like that. You blink and the game's even, and Cosmos is here. Right, the key to victory or defeat along with SHADIC. Whichever one loses their stock first is going to be so difficult for their teammate to win the game, but this is the chance that SHADIC was even looking for.
Yeah, Wizzy went crazy off stage there, able to get the save on SHADIC and then able to find the stock as well. And now this is yellow team's game. Neo has to play super safe, only at 89%, but yeah, that up B, able to DI it and hold on to the life a little bit longer. But these 2v1 situations, especially against top players like this, they don't really drop it super often. Tries to find the drop zone back air, not able to find it though. Wizzy able to find that up air and just kind of stringing along a lot of damage, but able to find the kill with the back air from Neo.
And now you've got to be with Mario against a big giant sword here, Emma. Yes, he's at kill percent. Yes, it's one hit, but that one hit can be so hard to find, right? That back air is your safe kill poke option. You're not able to use it. This up smash only works when they're landing on you, and Corrin has to swing first. So Wizzy's going to have to get creative here as Neo is starting to claw this one back. They were so ahead, and then it looked like they were behind and going to lose, and now they're ahead again. Who is going to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat? Because it feels like whichever way this goes, both players have the potential to do so, but just the scramble, the chaos, they are playing scared, and it's going to be the pin, putting a pin in game number 1. Neo finding a way to dig deep and clutch that one out. What a way to start off this set.
I love the adaptation that we saw from Neo in that 1v1 too, because a lot of the time you're seeing Corrin use those landing hitboxes in order to get extensions like Nair into back air or fair into up air, whatever. But you can't do that against Wizzy, who's consistently parrying things and then also looking for that up smash, especially when you're at kill percent. So really good adaptation to using more of the moves that have a little bit more space to them, where Wizzy's not going to be able to find the up smash. We saw a lot of like back air and pin and just really good stuff to Neo for staying composed in that situation as well.
And, one of the things I think we could have seen from Wizzy as well, a little bit more fireball or something, but just the positioning he had to hold relative to platform there made that a little bit difficult, especially against a character like Corrin, who especially in those 45-degree angles above them are so good at threatening them that it's a little hard to retreat out of some of those scenarios versus the character. So, definitely a kind of an interesting thing to go back and look at and see why Mario especially, I think is a good example of why the character struggles so much against Corrin in a 1v1 and, now just in the 2v1 as well, right? Getting put off stage and sent into the back air, nowhere to run, and just like that, once again, SHADIC and Wizzy opening up down a stock early.
Yeah, they are definitely looking for SHADIC's life right now, but Wizzy doing a really good job of helping out. And just the, oh my gosh, the save! No, but wasn't ready for this, the stage spike there, but really good stuff to Cosmos for recognizing that Neo was dead and then going out and trying to help.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the situations these teams have found themselves in, the positioning they're holding, like even there, right? Cosmos is ledge trapping there, because it allows him to pressure the ledge trap, it allows him to pressure the platform, but it also allows him to still be close, just close enough that if his teammate gets comboed towards stage, he can still come back and get them out of dodge. Same thing with Wizzy here. You hold over them not because it's the optimal position to hold on the ledge trap, although it is a very good one, but because it also covers platform. It also gives your teammate space, just like the position he's holding there, right, to come back and help your teammate out on that platform as well. So something, you know, every offensive positioning is also defensive here, a lot more in doubles than singles, is really interesting to watch where these players are standing and where they're taking the fights later.
Neo is going crazy on SHADIC right now, just finding a lot of these combos. Wizzy's trying to help a lot of the time, but I really like that from Cosmos, just using that F tilt to reset the situation. Neo able to find that pin as well, taking that stock from SHADIC. And yeah, red team is just playing phenomenal right now. Gray finds the falling up air, able to find Wizzy with the second one as well. Just holding on to shield as SHADIC finds that pin. Okay.
The amount of damage they're getting racked on by Neo here is just immense, right? Wizzy's percent is climbing and climbing, and it's going to be just a myth of an up smash. No Pyra needed to lock out that stock. So once again, up. Well, this time a full 3 stocks here are Neo and Cosmos. They've got a high percent on them, but still extra wiggle room to work with. Cosmos and Wizzy once again having to come back from down and behind. They almost did it before, right? We saw Wizzy play very well in the 2v1 to boot, but this is going to need a miracle.
Yeah, Neo just doing a fantastic job of using that falling up there to cover a lot of space. He struggled to make it back to the ledge here, but Cosmos ready to fire back with Mithra to help Neo get back. But again, another fantastic save from Wizzy. I think that's like a lot of experience with doubles, recognizing when his partner's dead and the best ways to save. But,
Wizzy's
oh
playing out of his mind right now. He went for the edge guard, put SHADIC in a position where he couldn't recover to kill Neo, and then saved SHADIC, went back, killed the other teammate off the other side to play this one into as close and an even game as it could possibly have gotten. Now the 2v1 again, and we just talked about how good Wizzy is in these situations. Emma, this is suddenly doable.
Okay, not able to find the extension off the fair there, but going to use the down throw to pop Wizzy up in the air. Barrio's going to struggle to land, but able to find that F smash, but Neo just firing back with that pin tipper there and able to take this game too as well. But Wizzy is going crazy. Like, definitely hold on to your stocks as long as possible, because if you get in a situation where you're even stocks and Wizzy starts playing like that towards the end, I feel like he gets so much momentum that don't play with him.
This man, I feel like you blink and he just suddenly has taken two stocks sometimes. Like his clutch drive, like his clutch factor here in these double sets late in bracket has been immaculate. And honestly, I think it's very possible that they come back. You know, obviously they started quick stocks down both games, but they open it back to even. And if they can just find an even fight all the way through, right? Wizzy has been clutching out so far.
Looking at Hollow Bastion, maybe?
I don't know. They're definitely thinking it through. SHADIC and Wizzy, you can see the expression on Wizzy's face, a little bit quizzical. Opting now, you know, they're looking through their other potential options, and it sounded like Town was the last ban, so going to potentially look at small battlefield instead, going to Hollow Bastion. Still, maybe they're definitely going deep in the tank about this one, but gonna lock in the Hollow Bastion. What do you think about this stage pick here against a pair of Swordies, right? That center platform, so traditionally good, right? For characters who juggle, but because of its low height, also pretty disruptive of car and pin ammo. So what do you think of them counter picking here down 2-0?
Yeah, I think that the platform could be very beneficial for Mario getting those up air ladders, but having the higher blast zone might make it a little bit harder to find the stock off the finish. So I'm not quite sure, but excited to see how they utilize that middle platform.
I am as well because, you know, as you mentioned, right, those combos for Mario can be so lethal here. But it's gonna be that story of who can gain that initial center stage. Right now, it's definitely looking like Leo and Cosmos center stage moves, right? When you can set up that lead to, when you can find those landing traps on Hollow Bastion, it's just sometimes so hard to dislodge your opponents from. Plus, I didn't even think about it, but the way that platform fight sets up for team combos is so good.
I love that interaction that we saw there in between the corners where they pick the same option like 3 times in a row, but it's going to work out in Neo's favor. So far, stocks and percents pretty even. Cosmo's going to use an after to send Ruby off stage, just give him some space, but it might make it a little bit harder for Neo to get back to center. And yeah, was he able to find that fair, to find that spike as well?
Yeah, he found the up air, called out the option afterwards on the delay, and then just blocked it in. So now this is what we were talking about, Emma, right? Suddenly, Neo and Cosmos are the ones down. SHADIC and Wizzy have their first lead of the set. However, you know, not out of the woods yet because this isn't over till the fat lady sings. I don't hear any music yet. At Cosmos, Neo still very capable of playing their way back into this. They have not gotten hit. Now the percents are gone, right? The stocks are even, and we're right back into it.
I really like the way that the red team's ledge trapping as well. A lot of the time we'll see that Neo is taking like the front and dealing with the neutral get up attack, and just very comfortable in that position, using a lot of like jump movement to bait out options and looking for the turnaround pin or back airs, and just very good stuff to Neo, taking like the more uncomfortable role, because in a lot of those times you are the one that's getting reversal against sent off stage, but just very comfortable off stage. We're seeing a lot of like low recoveries from Neo, and hasn't really been given super often.
No, it is very, very hard to kill Neo early. His discipline, right, on these, you know, we're talking about his discipline, spacing his discipline and his positioning, but that has allowed him to be so hard to kill. Oh, and speaking of kills, right, Cosmos gonna go down to get another stock there. Wizzy and SHADIC just so good at locking it up, but it's gonna be up to Neo now to try and answer back, try and help Cosmos stay alive here just a little bit longer and lock in on these final interactions now. Wizzy on his last stock. This one could go either way. If you can find that one quickly, you are still in a position to feel.
Neo again making it back to the ledge. SHADIC not able to close out that stock, but Cosmos taking a lot of damage in the meantime. They're just able to make it back throw, not gonna kill, and Cosmos not able to find the follow-up with the F smash either.
Yeah, definitely, you know, spacing in just a little too far. Mithra's F smash a little bit shorter than Pyro's, so just not able to find what he needed there. The stock going to go away, so now last stock here for Wizzy as well. Oh, SHADIC, or Cosmos, Neo, backs against the wall, but Neo being in the advantage state here going to be huge. That 1v1 means that Wizzy doesn't feel confident enough to try and end his teammate's stock. One more opportunity here with SHADIC in the air. Anything is possible.
Able to get the follow-up, not able to find the pin. Wizzy able to get the shield out in time, which is huge. If we were able to see Wizzy sent off stage, it might be a better opportunity to find that stock, but able to find SHADIC's stock anyway. Okay.
Now last stock scenario here, Emma, that flood pushing Neo just out of the optimal position. That's going to be a huge heads-up play. Now all of a sudden Cosmos is out of it. It is up to one Corrin to fight the Ditto at a disadvantage. There's also a Plumber in the background to help on out if things get a little clogged up in the business. But right now it's going to be any chance that Neo can possibly find to close this one in 3. This team has been heating up with each successive game, and they're gonna force a game 4. The way things are going, they might even force a game 5 because they are playing hot as hell right now. That being said, we will continue to get into it. Game 4 on the horizon, and Neo and Cosmos up 2 games. SHADIC and Wizzy just taking their first on their counter pick. However, remember, now 2-1. That means Cosmos and Neo are going to get this counter pick. They're also going to get the next one if there is a game 5, because SHADIC and Wizzy would win game 4. So you have to beat them on not 1, but 2 stages of their choice back to back. It is a huge advantage, especially in doubles, but perhaps less so here in the Ditto, where you have a Corrin on each team, right? a character like Mario is going to be the biggest consideration, but a character like Age is more capable of locking them down. So, you know, you're going to get less explosive advantages than you otherwise would. That's why we're going to go back to PS2, just a little bit more range. Mario, you know, one of his strongest combo stages, but something everyone's capable on with the extra room to work with. We are getting into game number 5 now, and we are just about locked in, ready to go, locked and loaded. Game 5 about to start. PS2, ooh, and it's gonna be the quick combo, the ping back and forth, or somehow Neo gonna turn a disadvantage into an advantage here. They were caught in between a rock and a hard place, but scrambling in. Wizzy with the unfortunate SD just like that, and Emma all of a sudden, and it felt like SHADIC and Wizzy had the early opening, but that SD just completely derailed their momentum.
Yeah, that's definitely very unfortunate. Able to use the down air, which seems like it'd be a much better tool in doubles than it would be in singles. Pretty predictable in singles, but if you're able to use it to pop up and get a team combo, that can definitely work out for you. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, both the Paralyzer and that dash attack in the first place, huge opportunity from Cosmos, right? Preventing his teammate from just getting forward aired by Mario when you least expect it. Wizzy is so efficient at finding those and trying to answer back for his early SD here against Neo at ledge. But Cosmos has his teammate trapped to the other one, trying to keep SHADIC alive. He's the priority. And going to have an opportunity of doing so, but just not able to close it out yet. And Wizzy now going out to give him some extra height without that jump, keeping him alive, plus the cape. You know what? He might have SD'd, but he more than made up for it.
Yeah, that's like unfortunate because as Corrin, you're not fast enough to get out there to really save your teammate either. So really good opportunity there for Wizzy, and he was ready for it. Able to tie it up a little bit closer.
Yeah, now, right, again, Wizzy died at 0 almost.
Yeah.
Like 10 seconds into this game, and a minute and a half in, and we are just about back to even. He has heated up and answered back, but if he had an SD, they'd be up a full stock right now. So definitely a question of, is that going to come back to bite them, especially as they have all the pressure on them right now to force this game number 5.
Yeah, it seems like they're doing 2 1v1s, but in a lot of these situations, Cosmos is in control and just not able to help his teammate. Love that he didn't use his recovery there, just waited out the water gun from Mario. But yeah, again, like Cosmos on the other side of the stage and just not able to get over there to help Neo. And so I feel like Neo spent most of the game on the ledge.
And first 2v1 opportunity we've seen, right? You know, when suddenly, very explosively, Cosmos is away. Neo, as you mentioned, stuck on the ledge. It's really interesting that they're opting for those 1v1 scenarios too, because historically, SHADIC and Neo have played very back and forth. But here, it's really been in this, at least in doubles, it's been the SHADIC though in these 1v1 situations.
For sure. All right, and Wizzy actually doing a pretty good job of handling this 2v1 as Neo comes back from as SHADIC comes back from the respawn platform.
Yeah, that up sparkle not going to kill you all the way across this wide PS2 stage you've got to deal with. So Wizzy going to hold on to live another day, hold on to that second stock. And everyone else is on their last stock. Wizzy still has 2, and the only thing he's lost is the SD. Nobody's managed to kill Dark Wizzy yet in this dang set. That is incredibly, or in this dang game, that is incredibly impressive. And it's going to be the difference maker unless he bowls away into the F smash. Tipper Emma, unfortunate. And now this game is even. Neo Cosmos trying to lock this one down before game 5.
Yeah, it seems like Neo's having a much harder time later in his set trying to find those drop zone back airs. SHADIC's just doing a fantastic job of recovering in a way that's a little bit more ambiguous, but Neo really needs to go help Cosmos on the other side of the ledge. But able to get sent off stage, but help Cosmos and add a little commotion to help him recover. But oh my gosh, this is so scary for Neo. This 2v1, not where you want to be, especially at 133.
Not at all, but if you can dislodge, right, SHADIC, then you're just fighting what we saw before in a very similar situation, that 1v1 against Mario, which is very, very Corrin favored. So if you can dislodge SHADIC here, if you can get him away and find the stock, which you see, right, giving up the opportunity to try and find it on Wizzy to just chase down, lock down this stock on SHADIC. He knows what he needs to utilize the chaos to find, and he's trying to do so, locking that priority in, and whether he can find it or not is gonna just, I think, tell whether they win this game or not, and yeah, not doing so. So, on to the next one.
I honestly love that movement from Neo. I think handled that 2v1 so well. well. And was going for the grabs on Wizzy instead of trying to hit on his shield. Like we saw when they were playing the 1v1 situation in the previous game, landing on top of Wizzy is just not what you want to go for. So I think recognizing that he's grabbing, he's looking for that up smash or the parry, and then just grabbing him, throwing him across the stage, and continuing that 1v1 of the Corins is going to be your best bet. But going into this game 5, and I feel like Wizzy and SHADIC are heating up.
They really are. They've locked down, you know, we talked about earlier on, right, that there was some slight miscommunications in their synergy that were potentially costing them slightly. Those have all gone away now. And part of that is, you know, they're playing a more ISO-based play style here, right? They're forcing those 1v1s. But also when they are, they're really executing these team edge guards, these team combos, these juggles. And so far, it's been, honestly, their difference maker, as well as, you know, Wizzy suddenly becoming an unkillable, stock-eating monster.
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy that he was the one that was on his second stock for the longest, despite SDing immediately into the game.
He made that second stock last at 140 for almost 2.5 minutes, which is insane.
Ooh, okay, great call out on the Mithra side B there with the pin, not able to find the follow-up, but doesn't matter, just not able to make it back to the ledge. And now Neo trapped at the ledge here, getting 2v1. Cosmos is going to have to try to find a way in, but was he just setting up this wall, able to use the down air for extra shield pressure as well.
And, you know, Emma, we talked about them heating up, but I think they're well past heating up. I think they might be just full-on about to start a wildfire because they are burning like it's hot right now. Up a full stock each player. 20 seconds to take those first 2 stocks, by the way. And now Cosmos, one air dodge lead away from having lost his stock there as well, right? Pressured in the ledge. It feels like Wizzy and SHADIC just this last game 5 have almost doubled the pace at which they're playing. This decision making is so fast right now.
Yeah, I just really love this position that we keep seeing throughout these games where SHADIC is 1v1ing one of the red team and Wizzy's just kind of jumping around, creating a lot of this tension where you're not able to fully commit to anything because he's not really throwing out a lot of options, so he's able to react to you. And so you just kind of have to sit on the other side of the stage and watch your teammate die as SHADIC's just going to town.
Yep, and Wizzy now potentially finding another stock off the top, not going to do it quite yet. And the pin, great SDI there from Cosmos. If there is one player in the world who knows all of the core and counterplay, it is that man. You will not catch him slipping, and he executes it to perfection to hold on here, find the up special, but not the stock here on Wizzy, and at least give his team some breathing room here as they try to even up the stock count, but still a lot of work to do even beyond that.
Actually very surprised that that up special from Pyra didn't kill at like 120 something. Very strong kill move, but I think Wizzy was ready for it. He was ready to DI properly as well.
Especially across stage, right?
Yeah.
PS2 very, very wide, so even though it doesn't have the highest top blast zone, being able to DI fully across the stage just means there's a lot more space to cover before you get to the blast zone.
Okay, but yeah, Neo just disengaging there, sees the shielding Mario, which has been the tale of all of these high stress, high percent scenarios where Wizzy just kind of sits in shield, waits for you to approach him. All these sword characters, you're going to land on him eventually, and he's going to be able to find that up smash. But Neo's like, no, just roll away. I'm not really going to engage with this.
SHADIC went off for the counter to try and call out the early up special from his Corrin counterpart, but not able to find its mark. So instead, just going to set the scramble. We're finally going to see the Corrins stop dueling each other. SHADIC has smelt blood in the water with Cosmos, but that's not going to last too long. Wizzy's going to try and help his teammate get out of dodge. And even though he's going to eat a back air for his troubles, he manages to succeed at his mission, keep his team alive, and keep them in this set on the path potentially to a reverse 3-0 here.
That was a rough situation. You saw the hesitation there from Neo on that pin, recognizing like I might be able to hit him off stage where we could capitalize off of the stock, but I might die for it too, and definitely does die for it in that situation. Not sure that it was worth the trade, especially with yellow team having 2 stocks to the red team's 1. But okay, nice grab there, but is Wizzy going to be able to find the fair? Not able to find it, but just continuing this advantage state, and red team just really struggling to get back to each other. And yellow team winning these 1v1s, able to find that F smash to take the stock. And now it's just Neo able to find that up B, but oh my gosh, SHADIC just firing right back with it.
Remember, it's a ditto, Emma, so I see that. I like that. I can do that too. And guess what? You're in special fault, nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. So beautiful stuff to lock it out. And beautiful stuff from Wizzy and SHADIC, who down 2-0 against a team that looked very confident, very hot, stormed their way back towards victory. Cosmos as well, great doubles run from him and Neo. oh, they looked very solid. Good stuff to Cosmos for the deep doubles run. I believe that's going to be it for sets. But before we say goodbye, we have some stuff we want y'all to look at.
All right, so first up, just a reminder that Diamond Dust is part of the Road to Cost series, and the winner of this bracket will receive free entry to this event. Definitely check out Cost. It's going to be at Game Arena, which is a fantastic venue. Always really good stuff from the Cost team. It's going to be on June 22nd and 23rd in Columbus, so definitely check that out.
And then next up, we've got LTUX.
Oh, no, we got Gamble.
Oh, sorry, we've got the Gamble 25 happening on May 11th, 2024, or in Pittsburgh. The premier regional series back once again. No Steve at this event, and a full pinball arcade. They've got doubles, singles, ultimate top 8's going to be in a movie theater. And I know I was there last year. I believe, were you also there last year? It was a fantastic event. It was a really good time.
Yeah, it's really cool. I love this surgence of movie theater tournaments. I feel like it's such a cool venue, and being able to watch a lot of these fantastic players on the big screen, sitting in the comfy recliner chairs, why would you not want to be at the Gamble?
There's nowhere to better watch a top 8. Coming up next, though, we have what we thought we had this time. They mixed this a little bit. We've got LTUX 2024, one of the newer regionals here in Michigan, annual with a free venue for all high schoolers. There's happening at a free gaming convention. They've got artists, cosplay contests, panels of all sorts. It's going to be a fantastic event, not just if you're interested in Smash, but in any type of gaming.
All right, and I think that's going to be the end of doubles on mainstream. They're going to be moving it over to side stream. So if you want to see the rest of the teams and the conclusion of this doubles bracket, definitely go check that out. I've been Emma. You can find me on Twitter at reallifesamus_. If you like my comms or if you have any tips for improvement, please let me know. I'm very open to anything. And yeah.
And I've been Ritual. You can find me over on Twitter at RitualCasts. My DMs are also open, whether you like my comms. As Emma mentioned, if you have any feedback, always down to hear it. And also, I'm a free agent, so if any sponsors are looking, hey, hit me up. I'm super down to talk. Folks, it's been a blast. Go catch some doubles on side stream. Stay tuned here for some singles action coming up shortly, and we will catch you in a minute here at Diamond Dust.
right. What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome to the Diamond Dust Singles Bracket. I am Prince Ali, joined by the amazing...
I'm Notched.
And boy, do we have some good sets coming up.
Yep.
You guys are in for a treat getting into this singles bracket. I am super excited, and I think we're actually going to be getting right into it with Boku versus... What was the other player's
Aquatic.
tag? Aquatic, perfect.
Yep. Yeah, so we're going to be having a hero player versus a Captain Falcon. You know, two very good players, and this bracket is stacked beyond belief.
Yeah.
There are crazy sets coming down the pipeline. We're going to have nothing but hitters today.
Yeah, you know, someone like Boku, who is like formerly PR'd in Michigan, like a really good top-level player at a big Michigan event like this, I think is only like is seeded to make it out in losers of just round one pools, just to give you an idea of how crazy stacked this is.
Yeah.
And yeah, doubles has already provided some great gameplay. Singles getting started now. I'm sure if you guys are following the upset thread, you guys are going to see some stuff. But yeah, we're going to see Boku on the hero and Aquatic on Captain Falcon. I did not catch the stage pick, but come on, probably PS2.
Yeah. I did actually see them doing bans though, which is something we don't see a lot. So they're no gentlemen's. This is all business.
Yeah, straight to business for the first set. Let's go. All right, on small battlefield. So it's different. It's not PS2. It's a little different.
Yeah, just a little bit. We already throwing out the haymakers, bro. Thwack frame one. Are you kidding me?
That's actually crazy. And we got the crackle slash. Oh, wow. Okay, so yeah, Boku is already building up the damage really well here. Oh, and that's an unfortunate sort of SD, I feel like. I think Aquatic did not realize that he did not have a jump. So yeah, this is starting to snowball real quick.
Yeah, and right after Aquatic lost his stock, sort of laughing it off, you know, and that's the mentality you got to have. It's early on in bracket. This is pools once again, and so you got to shake those sort of things off. Can't let it ruin your run. But caught Boku with no jump right now. Got him on a ledge trap. Tries to go for the grab, but doesn't quite get it.
Yeah, really good stuff to Aquatic to, it's just like you said, shake it off and get some good damage of his own. Still behind, but is able to start to get some strings together. And important to note, this is all best of 5.
Oh, is it really?
It is. Even pools is best of 5. So these players will have plenty of data to work with. You obviously never want to throw away stocks, but in a best of 5 set, game 1 in pools, that's about as good a time as ever.
Yeah, absolutely. And about even percents, even though not even stocks. And I really like the way that Boku is sort of scrapping, but when Aquatic starts to play slower, sort of looking for those buffs that Hero can get with the Psych Up, the Oomph, the Accelerato. And so right now, my man is roided up, grabbing an up throw to seal the deal. And now 3 stocks to 1 for Boku.
Oh my gosh, and has the Accelerator as well, moving so quickly. I agree, like, just like right here, you know, as soon as there's a moment to breathe, just pull up the menu, see if there's something you can pull to get an advantage. Definitely controlling the pace of the game really well. And we're seeing definitely Aquatic struggle with that a little bit. It's like you're saying, he's able to get some hits in, but Boku's just sort of been more ready for the kills. I mean, you're seeing 158%. You know, Falcon, I would think, would be able to kill soon, but Boku's so slippery.
Yeah, absolutely. And going for a down throw right there, I'm not sure, but giant kaboom is going to do a truckload of damage, and then set up Boku for a ledge trap.
Oh, nice tomahawk F tilt. He has been going for those just jump aerials a lot, so mixing things up already. Back throw will do it. We hear the fans in the background popping off for Aquatic. Let's go. But that will clean up the first game.
Yeah, the Psych-Ups were putting in work that game. Now it's 2 Psych-Up kills out of the 3 stocks, and that's it's sort of hard. It's like, how do you stop that? You know, you either have to constantly be on top of Hero, or maybe you got to camp out the buffs. Like, it's sort of hard to find an answer there.
Yeah, especially as Falcon. You know, like he is Boku is. Like we were saying in the previous game, changing the pace really well. So like when Hero's camping, it's kind of hard for Falcon to contest with that without a projectile. But whenever Falcons run in, Boku's been ready with the option. So gonna need to figure out your openings a little bit more if you're Aquatic. But we've seen that the like combo game and the it is there. You just gotta find the openings.
Yep, absolutely. And you know, I think not SDing also. That's gonna make your life a little bit easier. So, that wasn't an SD, but that looked kind of similar.
It makes your life just as difficult. I'll tell you that much. Oh, that was brutal. Great stuff to Boku though. Yeah, I think Aquatic's just a little bit too antsy here, like just sort of running in with these aerials. And I mean, in this situation, it does work. Nice coverage.
Yeah, I really like, sort of reacting to the tech roll in. Doesn't quite get it, but doesn't get punished for it, so it's, it's not a net negative.
Yeah, just resets the situation, and we do have Accelerator coming out. Okay, yeah, just a little slow. It looked like Aquatic had the right idea to wait on the tech option, but just didn't quite get it out in time. Almost lapped, okay, has now been officially lapped in %. Nice, little confirmed. Yeah, see, Aquatic's got the stuff, it's just Boku is so good at baiting and punishing right now.
Yeah, when Aquatic's getting the hits, he's getting mileage out of it, but it's just the fact that
Like
Boku's
that.
been getting more mileage, but hold up, wait a minute, we got Nair ones into knee.
Yeah, we got a Nair knee. That's a momentum swing if I've ever heard of one. Goes for the big swing though, and he gets hit with a nuclear bomb for his troubles. Unfortunate stuff if you're Aquatic, but I mean, that is the perfect place to pull a Magic Burst. There, I think, was literally nothing Falcon could do.
Yeah. No, Aquatic sort of smelt blood in the water, needed something to even the game up quick, find a lead, and ended up getting reversal a little bit for it, and just unfortunate right there.
I honestly don't hate that reverse up B option because Boku, I'm pretty sure, consistently, like you said, has smelled blood and has been going for these spikes. So I like the little try on the reverse up B. Spacing was just a little bit off, but the idea was there. It's definitely looking tough, though. Boku is looking firmly in control.
Yeah, I've never thought about the Hero Falcon matchup much.
What do you mean?
But it seems like Hero's just got some good tools to deal with Falcon because, Falcon's initial dash is pretty slow, the initial part. And just with these big swinging hitboxes, Falcon doesn't have disjoints. He's using nothing but pure raw manpower for all of his moves, and so it's
pure testosterone.
Yeah, so he's just sort of getting spaced out. And then when he's not going in again, we just got spell time. It's just the reading rainbow over there.
Yeah, you are absolutely right, Notch. Like, we're already seeing it. Like, we had the one opening that did like 50, and now we're opening up like the spell book and seeing what we got here.
Absolutely, and another ledge trap. Not going to get anything off of it. But again, I like Boku goes for sort of a read. It doesn't end up panning out, reads the spellbook, and then just catches it the next time.
You see some heroes going for like the more campy approach, like using the spellbook a lot more. Boku is throwing hands. Boku is going in, doing damage, getting the kills, and using. See, it's so like good though because being aggressive and then mixing it up with these little spells like the side B to space, this neutral B to space, it's really good. But I will say credits to Aquatic for kind of adjusting and jumping over a lot of this, which we didn't see earlier in the set.
Yeah, absolutely. And a good job going high right there, recognizing that Boku's trying to trap him with the up B right there at ledge. Goes over it, looks for a zoom spell, doesn't quite get it. Now we got a ledge trap situation, and a great read that didn't kill.
Wow, great DI, and Boku does end up getting the zoom onto the platform. Unfortunate if you're Aquatic. Had Hero on the ropes for a second there, and gets Hero back to the corner, but a really good aggressive recovery from Boku to get back on stage.
Yeah, Boku swinging off stage knowing that Aquatic was looking for something antsy.
All right, and now it's Boku's turn to SD. Didn't quite have enough magic to enough MP to get back up. This is going to be dead though.
Nap time.
He sleep.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, we've got. I forget which one this is, but we got. Well, I don't care about Hero. We got some nice combos from Aquatic real quick. Had some stuff started. Got to be so careful here because as soon as Hero gets a hit, okay, so the oomph does run out. Is oomph the one that is timed? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Good to know, good to know. Gathering data.
Ledge trap situation again. Oh, and gets reversal. Not where you want to be.
Such a good nair. Oh, this might be it.
And Boku kind of smirking.
Boku's smirking hard right now.
Evil.
Nah, he knew. He knew.
Cheesing.
Because I saw him pop the menu, and I thought he was about to pull Magic Burst because I saw it come up, but he's like, nah, I'm taking this one myself. Really great stuff. How fast of a best of 5 set was that, huh?
That was pretty quick. It felt like Boku just sort of had his number. And I'm not sure if there's matchup experience beyond it, but it might have just been a player-to-player thing where it looked like Boku just sort of knew what to do, knew how to push and pull, when to hold forward, when to play back. It was just sort of a lot of momentum in his favor.
I'd say I think you're exactly right. I think the entire game they were playing at Boku's pace.
Yeah.
When Boku was playing fast, Aquatic was trying to catch up. When Boku slowed it down, Aquatic tried to get their footing, and Boku was already switching the tempo again by the time Aquatic had adjusted. So really great stuff. Boku going to move on. That was winners quarters of their pool, so Going to need to win 2 more to make it out winner's side. But up next, I see Doorstop sitting down. I do not recognize the other player, but we're at least going to get some Zero Suit on the screen coming up in a second.
Or depending on matchup, could be seeing PT also.
That's true. I love the Doorstop PT. I'm always happy to see it.
2 characters I like a lot.
Same.
Say what you will. I'm a ZSS fan.
Ethical top tiers.
Yeah,
Top tiers.
right. Yeah. And I feel just like that character spread also, I'm sure there's very, very few matchups that are hard for both.
Yeah.
That seems like it covers so much.
I don't know that. I know Doorstop briefly had a Wolf. I forget. I think that was for Bayo.
Okay.
Because I think both Zero Suit and PT had trouble with Bayo, but I think he has since gone pretty strictly Zero Suit into Bayo. His teammate being Geist, of course, so has had a lot of experience to mess around with that matchup. But I think for this, we'll pretty strictly be seeing Zero Suit or PT. But hey, you never know. Anything can happen, right?
Yeah, right? It's pools. If there's time for experimentation, it's right here, right now, Winterside Pools.
For sure. Absolutely, for sure. So this is Fish question. Oh, Fish?
Fish?
Maybe.
It might be a fish, it might not.
I don't know. You don't know. They don't know, clearly. I'm not familiar with them, unfortunately. Oh, wait. PT. Doorstop was listening to us.
Yeah. And another Captain Falcon, man.
All right.
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere. Diamond Dust, the Tournament of Falcons by our calculations. That's interesting. So I saw Doorstop lock in PT before Fish had even selected a character. So maybe Doorstop is just warming up the PT.
Maybe.
Regardless, I'm really excited to see it. Rocking the Kaladin tag too. Shoutouts.
Yeah, and I really like already, just before we even got our hit, I like how Doorstop already uses Crawl. It's a little micro-spacing option that only a couple characters have, but hey, if we got it, let's use it, baby.
Yeah, why not? And when you're already such a small frame as Squirtle, you're going to be able to duck. I'll bet that. Well, I actually don't know if Crawl will duck under Falcon Grab. I would not be surprised if it did, though.
Yeah.
I mean, generally speaking, Falcon is trying to have you above him. So being able to crouch and stay as far below him as possible is definitely really nice.
Absolutely. And already switching to the Ivysaur right there, and a read on the jump nets it. A stock very quickly.
Surgical stuff from Doorstop there. That's like the stereotypical Pokemon trainer play. Use the Squirtle to build up the damage, switch to Ivy to get the ledge trap and kill. And we've already got 67. Why does this character, Squirtle does so much damage?
Yeah. People used to call, before the Sheik started popping off, used to always say Squirtle was Sheik with kill power, but we've been seeing it. It might just be Diet Sheik.
It really might just be Diet Sheik.
That grounded F-tilt from Squirtle is just such a good tool in so many ways.
That move is criminal. That move is better than entire characters.
Yeah.
And yeah, once again, Doorstop sticking to the sort of outline. I cannot imagine that F smash was intentional, or the Falcon Punch was intentional from Fish. Unfortunate misinput, and now you're contending with maybe the scariest character in the game, Charizard at high percent.
Yeah.
It's like there's just so many things that can accidentally kill you. Oh my god.
Oh, and swinging out of the corner, finding the command grab. Gets hit with the Fire Breath, which is just a worse version of Bowser's, but hey, if it's working, it's working. Back throw dash attack, not connected. Back throw back air, not connected.
Doorstop kind of schmoving a little bit here. Gets the down tilt. Oh my god! Ooh, what a call out.
Down air to up smash. Hey, yo, he wildin'.
All right, yeah, Doorstop had no intentions of having to deal with that Falcon for any less amount of time. That was just such a good, well-scouted out swing, knowing that the Charizard down air will tap through the platform and that Fish would not be ready for it because, let's be real, who would be ready for that option?
Yeah.
So really good stuff to Doorstop, taking a commanding game one, a 3-stop. Stage is being contemplated, but we're going back to small battlefield, or we're going to small battlefield.
Yeah.
Not changing things up too much.
Also, I like the preference that different PT players have. You know, when you see what Pokemon they're saying, right?
Yeah.
Or how long they're saying on which Pokemon and when. But man, that last stock, there was just so much momentum in Doorstop's court. He's like, I'm picking the biggest Pokemon, and I'm just running it. I'm just holding forward, bro.
I'm going forward with the dragon.
Yeah.
Well, not the dragon type, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, close enough.
Close enough. But yeah, here we go. It's so tough because Falcon is such combo food for Squirtle. I mean, all of this, what do you do? Fish wisely saving their jump, but Doorstop is just ready for it.
Yeah, and there's no smirk. This is all business. Doorstop is here.
Leaned forward, ready to go. You can I can see some murder in his eyes, and I mean we're seeing it on the screen with these Squirtle combos. Oh my goodness.
Oh, misses the forward air. But Fish didn't tech, let him get another neutral air, but we're back, we're back.
Yeah, and you see that was tough because on the previous interaction, Fish DI'd out, and Doorstop went in with like the forward air to end the up air chain. This time Fish DI'd in, but like you said, missed the tech and got punished for it anyway. That's why it's so hard as the Falcons.
Oh, Doorstop again, smelling blood in the water.
Oh, and Fish got it! The regrab Fish? Fish? Kinda nice.
So mess around with me, will ya? You trying to go for a downer? I'll show you a spike.
Yeah, there we go. Taste of his own medicine. And the neutral B is not going to push too far, but the neutral getup will get hit by the Squirtle F smash. But, I mean, a commanding stock taken from Fish. Maybe you can go somewhere with that momentum before Doorstop can get too much started with this Squirtle. Okay, nice. Reads the aggressive landing from Doorstop. Just ready for the shield. Oh no, the reversal!
Still has to jump, still living. Oh, and evading Ivysaur when you're off stage is a feat in and of itself.
That was really good. We got to see the high recovery come out. Such a well-timed option. And another up B out of shield. Keep it pushing, it's doing work. Catching Doorstop in the shield and all these landings. And we got the Charizard coming out.
Gets the Nair one, but didn't find the knee off of it. Can we get another?
Yay!
There we go. If it doesn't work once, well, hey, try again, ladies and gentlemen.
Try again is right. And the unfortunate tech option does get covered by Doorstop. What do you mean, Doorstop? He smiles.
He's just letting it rip, man. No Beyblade. Oh, my lord.
He said, all right, I'm going to down smash the neutral getup. Oh, you did neutral getup? You jumped? It's fine. I'll down smash the landing. Oh, you didn't land on me? It's fine. I'll down smash the spot dodge. He had every option covered, and it was all covered by down smash.
The Squirtle squad coming up with the heat, bro.
Yeah, super great stuff from Doorstop, but I got to give shout-outs to Fish for really coming alive that game. After that 3-stock game one, I was worried for the boy, but he looked a lot better that game. Maybe we can see a little bit of a momentum swing in this game 3. Best of 5 means you've got games to work with, you know?
Yeah. Sometimes you just got to hit, something cool, something crazy like that side B off stage to just really put some wind in your sails. Smash is such a momentum game that anything that you can sort of use to find that momentum, hey, we'll take it.
Yeah, you're 100% right. Momentum can swing in a second. That's why pacing is so important, you know. You want your opponent to be playing to your pace, not the other way around. That generally means you've got the momentum and control in your favor. Yeah, Doorstop's still getting the Squirtle stuff, but Fish this time is fighting back a little bit.
Yeah, getting some damage early. 66% already on the Squirtle. That would have been crazy.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a Hail Mary considering where Doorstop was positioned, but I'm going to give Fish credit for the really good weight on the recovery to avoid the Ivy down there. That Charizard up B out of shield will clean things up, though.
Absolutely. So going to try and find this stock fast. Again, 78 on Squirtle. We could find a conversion that'd be pretty good. Doorstop staying Squirtle to try and rack up the damage. Just so confident that he's not going to get hit with any kill moves soon.
Yeah, well, now we got the Ivy, but this might be for the edge guard, actually. Nice recover high. Okay, this is a good adjustment we've seen from Fish. It's really been in the last game and a half or so, and gets the stomp. Are we going to see a stock here? How do you land if you're Doorstop? You switch to the character with multiple jumps. That's how you land.
Big grab again, off stage. Goes for a fire breath to sort of, disrupt things a little bit. Oh, and gets back safely for free. What a crazy
We're mashing. We're mashing.
We both throwing out haymakers. What if we both wake up DP'd?
What would you do if we both wake up DP'd? That was an excellent find from Doorstop, though. And see, this is the scary factor with the Pokemon Trainer. What a Falcon kick, point blank. But yeah, see, this is the hard thing. It's like, okay, Squirtle I can kill, but Charizard, that's a different story. Catches another neutral getup into shield with the up B. Gotten that a couple times.
Yeah, that is just like a Captain Falcon staple, because we've all seen the Twitter clips. That Falcon up BB grabbing you from mad far away.
He snatches you, bro.
But we got a lot of damage coming out. Oh, the Squirtle Nair is actually going to disrupt the combo.
It's like, I think Fish is getting like the good stuff going, and then he's like, all right, but now I got to continue it. And that's where things have been a little less careful. A little bit of overextensions when he's getting this stuff started. Okay.
Misses the up B and dies for it.
That was a nice trick recovery, but that unfortunately will not work. I don't know, Notch. We saw some stuff coming out from Fish.
Yeah, there was definitely moments of greatness. Doorstop, a very practiced player in general. That matchup didn't look like it was very fun for Captain Falcon at all. It seems like, whatever Pokemon trainer needs, one of the individual Pokemon has an answer for that. Yeah. We got edge guards, we got combos, we got neutral, and so it just seemed tricky, but Fish's adjustments were very, very good. I liked sort of the disadvantage adjustments were the big thing.
I
sort of
totally
minimizing damage, minimizing those edge guards, and it was 3-0, but they're definitely good takeaways if you're Fish.
Yeah, I mean, there was some really good adjustment. I totally agree, because it's like you were saying, Doorstop had an answer with each Pokemon using Squirtle to push Fish to the corner, then switching to Ivy for the edge guards. But you're exactly right. Fish made some really good adjustments to adjust to that Ivysaur. Unfortunately for them, Doorstop had plenty more in his pocket to to keep it pushing. But good stuff to Fish. Hopefully we got a good losers run coming out from him. But up next, I see Zenodo sitting down, Michigan staple. And again, I do not recognize the opponent, but I mean, we're going to see a good set regardless, I'd say.
Yeah. Zenodo been around since the before times. I'm sure some of you watching at home ain't even remember Zenodo from back in the day, playing Brawl and then to Smash 4. And here we are still competing in Ultimate. And I love seeing those players who just have that legacy. They've been around, just hanging at the top and sort of just keeping the passion alive through multiple games. It's just so great to see.
Yeah, absolutely love to see that. I love to see the new school mixing with the old school. Like in Michigan, for example, I actually don't know if they're considered the top two players, but two of their top players, Zenodo and Onin, represent each end of that spectrum, right? Like you got Zenodo, old school, has been amazing at this game forever, versus Onin, young up-and-comer with a lot of fire, really talented as well.
Yeah,
it's so great to see, and big events like this are a nice highlight of that,
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Yeah, they're just getting set up here. See a fist bump coming out. It looks like we'll be getting started here shortly.
Yep. And I ain't seen no stages banned, so it might be the old tried and true.
Yeah, ye old PS2. Can never go wrong. Although, I mean, I do like to see. I always push seeing other stages.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Me too.
All right, we got Lyrical. I like Lyrical as a tag. It's a nice one. But yeah, Zenodo, I'm assuming, will be Diddy Kong. Another Falcon! Yo, 3 in a row! They're just feeding us Falcons.
Now, I'm going to go out on another limb. Again, doesn't seem like a phenomenal matchup for Captain Falcon.
No.
Again, it seems like Lyrical's going to have to try and sort of match Zenodo's pace here. Banana just throws a wrench in sort of some of what Falcon does, and so just got to be careful around that. But Artie, kind of scrapping, jumping around. Yeah. And Diddy, not a character with huge hitboxes, right? So a lot of trades can come out. Falcon back air is very good, very strong. Can sort of help in neutral as well, but Banana Trip gonna find a conversion, push to the corner, but Zenodo keeping it going almost.
Yeah, pressure's rising. Okay. Well, actually, the pressure's not quite done yet. Zenodo's keeping the ledge trap going. I totally agree with you, though. I think it's good, it's that similar small, fast character stuff that Squirtle was doing to Falcon. Yep. Obviously, Diddy Kong with less of a combo game than Squirtle, but you trade that big hit combo game for just excellent, 1 or 2 pieces, 2 or 3 pieces, and just neutral in general.
Yep.
As I'm talking up Diddy Kong, though, a great up smash find will take the first stock for Lyrical. I don't know, are we going to see the first Falcon take a game of the day?
I'm hoping so. Captain Falcon up smash, another move that is egregious. That move be scooping you from 10 miles away, no cold stone.
There we go. There we go. Bars. Nosh is spitting the truth to us right now. That move is huge, but another huge move is that Diddy Kong forward air. Zenodo does even things up. Lyrical definitely staying strong here and is able to get a nice little confirm going.
Yeah, absolutely. Even stocks, but I really like the way that Lyrical's, again, getting these hits and then keeping the pressure going. Because a lot of Diddies, if they don't have Banana out, will try and pull Banana or try and go grab Banana, after a combo happens or something, and just sort of punishing that. And Zenodo sort of catching on right there, pulled the Banana, and then just waited, and Shield was like, I know you want to hit me, don't you?
That was some cool real-time adjustments as you were talking about it, but you're absolutely right. And now we've got Lyrical with the Banana. See, that could be pretty threatening. Falcon with the Banana, I could see doing some stuff. But first you've got to get back on stage. The ledge was where Zenodo really shined in that stock one. That drop down back air will do it. Slightly to Zenodo. and now it gets a little harder for Lyrical because Zenodo has less incentive to go in. Jab, jab, up B. What do you think about that one?
Hey, you know, a little jab, jab, grab, just in an unconventional way. We'll take it. And a huge Falcon kick's going to even it up that fast? Are you kidding?
Zenodo kind of exploded. I wasn't ready for how. I mean, I'm never ready for how strong that move is. Zenodo did take offense to that, though, and is keeping this going. Does not get to ledge fast enough to continue the edge guard, but 64.7% is nothing to sneeze at, and now you can hang back with Banana.
Yep, and Banana not in play right now. A big Raptor boost. What can we find? Doesn't quite get the tech. Zenodo going to tech for free, but,
the ledge. How do you get off the ledge? This is getting tense. Lyrical is just closing the space so well. Nosh, you touched on it earlier, just not giving Zenodo really any room to breathe or set up.
On the ledge right now, what can we find? Shields the Banana, which was good. Gets grabbed for it anyways. Little ledge trap right now. Zenodo crawling around. I love a crawl.
Hey, you were talking about it earlier. We love to see the crawl. And that was interesting stuff with the positioning. Usually you see the Banana like near the ledge, but Zenodo had it near center. And speaking of, just uses the platform to get an up smash out. I gotta give big shout outs to Lyrical though. Certainly made that game competitive, and I'm interested to see how the set moves on.
Yeah, I don't know. It seemed like there were moments where Zenodo was cooking. We're like, hold up, Lyrical's getting cooked, and then just immediate answers back.
Yep.
Immediately evening it back up. So I think we got a set ahead, and this might be the first non-3-0 that we will have in pools today.
Hey, we can hope. I'd love to see more games of these two. Fast-paced, combo-heavy, adjustments in real time, as we saw. Yeah, so you know, Zenodo got the better end of the adjustments there, using that Banana to sort of prevent some of the oppressive openings that Falcon was going for there. Back on PS2. Oh, okay, a little bit of platform cancel stuff.
Yeah.
I like it. It's cute.
It's kind of slick. Ooh, big monkey flip, and we're just scrapping. Zenodo said, you know, to heck with the slow play style. I'm bringing the whole Banana Slamma out here.
Oh, Banana Slamma is right. And honestly, Zenodo not even really using Banana that much. Just going for the straight kicks, the straight hands. Untouched right now, sending Lyrical from ledge to ledge. And you know, Falcon doesn't really have a good fast get-off-me tool. You can, like, I mean, Nair is not fast enough or lingering enough, and with the way Zenodo was positioning, like, you're not really in position for, like, an up B out of shield or anything like that. Oh, gosh, yeah, this is looking different than Game 1.
Yeah. I really like the way that, as of recently, like in the last year or so, with Diddy becoming, like, a more meta-relevant character, trying to two-frame with the forward tilt.
Yeah,
because I
sure.
used to, you know, maybe try and get down tilt conversions, but forward tilt lasts so freaking long
Oh my God,
that you could just send it out there and let it take stocks for you.
And it's got such a horizontal angle, and Diddy's so good at like a little drop-down forward air or even a jump-off back air, which Zenodo we've seen do multiple times. Makes things very difficult. Credits to Lyrical for going up to 100 pretty early and taking a good 76%, or dealing out a good 76% before finally losing the stock. Zenodo looking pretty in control though.
Yeah, and again, no Banana even. We are just playing neutral. But what did it cost you, Zenodo? It cost you your stock. Pull the Banana, please.
All right, he gets it with the iframes. But yeah, I was about to shout out what you were saying earlier. Like, Zenodo immediately, between games, adjusted to Falcon trying to get in whenever he was pulling Banana, and instead adjusted. And that is a really unfortunate SD if you're Lyrical.
Yeah, that is super unfortunate. The game was very, very even up until that point. But I trust, I've seen it out of Lyrical that we can hurry up and even this game up quick.
Oh, absolutely. We've seen that. We've seen the explosiveness come out from Lyrical for sure. Zenodo, I think, was waiting for a drift in to go for a dare, but Lyrical does not give it to him wisely. Oh, okay. Just late. Had the right idea to up smash the monkey flip, but just was a little bit late on it.
Grabs the Banana. What can we see out of it? Tried to check chase. Zenodo trying to follow him with the down tilt. We almost let another up smash rip.
He's getting a little desperate here trying to get these. I maybe want to see. I was just about to say catching Zenodo in the air with like a back air. Lyrical knew we were mind connected.
Great tech right there from Zenodo. Got himself in a great position. Tried to go for a Banana combo. Didn't get it, but we got as close as we can get without an actual combo.
True. It was tough because he threw it at such a height that Falcon didn't have an aerial that moves in time. All right, just gets yeet. that was as yeet a back throw as I've seen.
Yeah, that and Dr. Mario's back throw always make me laugh so hard.
Dox is so funny.
Yeah.
Dox is definitely my favorite.
My man toss you over the shoulder. It's so funny.
He said, "You don't have insurance? Gone." All right,
But again, it's Zenodo's up 2-0, but
Yep.
there's no doubt in my mind that Lyrical has the ability to take a game. There's been
I agree.
so many good things going that, no SD and then just sort of finding your hits a little bit better. Like,
sure.
I think a game 3 could go Lyrical's way.
Yeah, and I think the one thing Lyrical's going to have to be careful of, like we saw him starting to try and adjust, because Zenodo is going, like we said, for less of the banana-heavy approach and just trying to get in. Speaking of going in, you're talking about Banana Slamma earlier. I think that might have been the Banana Slamma.
That was disgusting.
Oh my gosh, talking about, aggressive Zenodo, we are certainly seeing that. When will it end?
He kicking. That up air looking like Smash 4 out here.
I'm getting some flashbacks for sure.
Yeah.
All right, Falcon finally lands and gets the stage control, goes in with the fiery Raptor boost, but gets stuffed out.
Tried to go for down tilt, and then run away and come back with a monkey flip. That would have been very funny. But
Just crossing up everywhere. That time misses the up B, and Zenodo just little dash dances. Finally pulls a banana, but uses it almost as a bait.
Yeah, just like space control. It sort of limited where Falcon could have went right there. And jeez, a little Z drop action. He just hit him with a jab one and tried to read him. Zenodo getting cute on us. Come on.
Zenodo heard us. He was like, "Oh, you thought Lyrical could take a game? Did you forget who I am?"
Yeah. He said, I got the past avatars in me. The avatar of Brawl, the avatar of Smash 4. They're speaking to me, bro.
The Brawl Diddy and Smash 4 Diddy speaking in his ears. Oh, man. And, Lyrical's starting to get these stray hits here and there. Is able to close space with that Falcon kick, but is it too little too late? I don't know.
I do really like the idea of falling off with knee because it lasts so long just to knock Diddy out of barrels. That's just a little like matchup nuance that I think is so smart.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right pointing that out. That's brilliant because you only need the soft hit to contend with it. Timing unfortunately didn't work out, and now the damage is building. Okay.
Zenodo could have F-smashed him. My man going for highlights in pools, bro. Come on.
Yeah, he got out to a big lead, and the Green Goblin mask for sure was talking to him. He's like, go down there to the mic flip.
The Green Goblin.
Yeah, he did it.
No.
He listened. He went to listen to his demons. Oh, man.
Speaking to him on the wall, bro. That is maniacal. I can't believe that.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, instead of pumpkin bombs, Diddy had the banana peels. But that was a very fun close set that snowballed in a hurry right there.
Yeah. And we saw a similar thing happen in the beginning of Game 2 where it was like no bananas. Zenodo was just scrapping really fast. Except Lyrical found his footing in that game. Despite the SD, found his footing and sort of, managed his way through. But Game 3, Zenodo was all over that man. It was just there was nowhere for him to go. And again, Captain Falcon, despite having a very fast run speed, sort of slow initial dash, and the aerials, they're good, but if you're just on top of him, like you had said before, there's no like fast aerial to get out of disadvantage. So my man was just throwing everything all over him.
Yeah,
it was tough.
I totally agree. I think Zenodo figured out because we were sort of praising Lyrical's like disadvantage options in the earlier games. Zenodo clearly got a good handle on those, and I think in that Game 3, I don't know that Zenodo pulled a banana while Lyrical was on stage. Like, it was, like, very rare if he did, Like, it was, like, only if he had abundant space.
Yeah.
And, like, we saw with that edge guard, he was using it just as, like, a decoy,
Yep. Yeah, because, like, Lyrical was just hitting him for it all the time. So he was like, to heck with the banana. I don't even need it. You could catch these hands instead.
Absolutely. That's exactly what we saw. Fun set, our third Falcon 3-0 in a row.
Yeah.
Are we going to get 4?
Dude, Falcon stocks are so low on stream right now. If this is all you've seen of Captain Falcon, trust me, there's more. There's more, I promise.
There is hope for you guys. Maybe.
Yeah, jeez. If we see a 4th Captain Falcon, though, there got to be something. Somebody queuing the stream set says something against Falcon.
True.
Like, I'm gonna give
the
you every
the lower-seeded Falcons against the top player.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
He's like, I'm going to give you every Falcon. You're going to see every loss.
All right, and we got a little bit of a break here.
Yeah.
I think I hear Haunter coming up next. So Haunter,
Steve?
Haunter is Steve from Guatemala, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so, yeah.
Came up with Shiny Mark. Massive shout outs to come up here from Guatemala. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, Haunter, a Steve from Guatemala. I'm not sure about any sort of rankings, but I know one of the higher ranked Steves in the world.
Yeah, Haunter was doing very good at the pre-local yesterday.
Okay, nice.
I came like mad late yesterday, and Haunter was still in bracket, so obviously good things were happening.
Well, there you go. maybe a sign of things to come. Who knows?
Yeah, yeah.
Looks like they're looking for Haunter right now. Haunter, if you're watching the stream, we need you on it.
Them ghost types, man. You ain't
True.
be seeing them.
All right. Oh, and this is Grape. Oh, this is a pretty big set already. Grape being from Ontario, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's
a
a
Snake and
Snake?
Roy player.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
I'm not sure about their ranking in Ontario. I'm pretty sure they're PR'd. And then Haunter, of course, being a top player from Guatemala. I actually don't know who the higher seed is here.
I don't know either. And I guess I've never seen Grape in my life before because I would not have recognized him just like off the rip.
Same,
But
yeah.
I do know of Grape. Again, being from the same region as another good snake, you hear about all the good snakes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So Snake Steve, that's gonna be an interesting one. So I mean, Apollo Kage from St. Louis is really good at that matchup.
Yep.
There's some stuff that Snake can do to really disrupt. I feel like out of the Snakes I've seen, AK is probably the best at the Steve matchup I've seen. Hurt is probably really good at it. I just don't think I've seen Hurt against Steve enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you can use the grenades and space with your aerials to break down blocks. You can also you've got so many projectiles. If you get Steve low on resources outside of the outside the danger range, you can really abuse Steve in disadvantage. So I'm curious to see how it turns out. I'm not sure how many snakes there are in Guatemala, and I also don't know how many Steves are in Ontario specifically. I know there's Soar from Canada, but I think he's the west coast of. I think he's BC. I could be wrong. But I mean, Steve's such a meta-relevant character. I'm sure Grape's got experience.
Yeah.
And same for Snake, honestly.
Now, look, I'm not trying to make a point. I don't care what side you fall on the statement. But having a Steve ban in some regions can also sort of affect that. But I think it's interesting because St. Louis has had Steve banned for a very long time.
Right.
Yet Apollo Kage is out here, making moves on it and stuff like that. So obviously it's not that big of a hindrance. So if that's the John, I don't know. The numbers ain't lying.
Nosh just talking to y'all. Nosh just talking right now. Yeah, I'd be very curious. I don't know if Ontario has had any sort of ban.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think the ban's kind of dying out right now.
Yeah.
But, hey, it gives just got to adapt, right? And we have seen some good adaptations to Steve. I mean, it's the kind of character that you need to plan for, Like, you can't really just go in and be like, I'm playing Steve today.
Yeah, you can look at a couple characters, or a lot of characters, If you're like, oh, yeah, I'm playing a Ridley, there might be a couple tricks in the bag, but for the most part, what you see is what you get. But yeah, you're not wrong. Steve has a bag of tricks that is so deep that you could be seeing Steve forever and they could still have another trick, You're always seeing those Twitter clips and you're like, he could do that? And it's like, how long he been in the game now?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Come on.
I swear it's a new clip every week of some niche situation that you would not have counterplay for.
Yeah, absolutely. And so it's just the nature of the character. You do your homework, and you get rewarded for it. It's how it's got to be. But again, Haunter is MIA.
Yeah, I don't know where Haunter is right now. I know he's here. I know he's in doubles, but I don't think he's currently in doubles.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, because I can actually see we've got doubles on the side stream right now. So the side stream, I believe, is twitch.tv/1ms. I think I might be wrong. There is a side stream. It's got doubles finals right now. So if you're interested, you'll find it. I believe in you. It's on Twitter, on the One More Stock Twitter page. If you look it up. Shout outs to them as well for putting on this amazing event. But yeah, if you're interested in doubles but don't want to leave the stream, I can see that it's, I believe, set one of Grands, Onin and Riddles up a game against Leo and Big Boss.
Yeah, and they played in winners finals also.
Right.
That's who sent MkLeo and Big Boss into the losers already.
Yeah, convincing 3-0 on that end. And I actually see SHADIC on stream right now, so it looks like we're not going to get Haunter versus Grape just yet. But hey, looks like we'll be getting SHADIC instead.
Yeah. Grape looking a little unhappy, wanted to play on stream, wanted to get the VODs review, but
yeah, of course, it's
Haunter's MIA. Take that anger out in the game and
use it.
You should have been there for our set, Haunter.
All right, but yeah, SHADIC sitting down. Let me see if I can look at bracket to see who SHADIC is playing against. I know that some of the pools.
Never mind.
It is Haunter and Grape. Okay, well, nice.
Haunter.
We found Haunter. The ghost type spawned in, was maybe living up to his name, haunting some people. I don't know.
And Grape
All right.
unraveling his controller again. We about to do it again. Plug it back in, big dog.
Run it back, bro. All right, so getting started here. They'll probably take a second to set up, but yeah, just more of the same. I don't know that there have been any crazy upsets yet. While we've got a break, I can see if any shenanigans have occurred. So Good Pop did lose to Dat Derp Dog. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, that is a tag. That'll be an upset for sure. So Good Pop probably a top 64 seed for sure.
Yeah, it was just outside of 32. I think they were,
Okay.
if I'm remembering right, somewhere in like the 40 to 50 range.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting stuff. Okay, so yeah, nothing too crazy happening in Pool A1. We got Colorado playing to make it out winner's side right now. Shout out St. Louis. Shout out St. Louis.
That's my boy. No bias, but that's my boy. All bias, I mean.
All right, yeah. Okay, so this is to, well, actually, so they have both already qualified for top 96. This is just for what side of top 96 you'll be coming out on.
Okay, yep.
So this will be the final match of the pool. Regardless, they have both made it out. This is just a positioning thing. And I believe, let's see, Haunter is the higher seed.
Okay.
Let me see if I can pull up the little graphic real quick to see how different, because I'd imagine these two will probably be pretty close in terms of seeding. But, you know, seeds aside, it's a 5-game set with 2 phenomenal players. I could easily see this being a longer set than we've been used to thus far with this block.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is going to be our first set with no Captain Falcon so far.
Hey, unless one of them wants to switch things up, I don't know.
Yeah, so if you're a Captain Falcon hater, then rejoice. If you're a Captain Falcon lover, well, I'm sorry. I didn't pick it. Take that up with your TOs.
Yeah. Hey, if you're a Captain Falcon player, maybe you should have come.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, they're all here apparently.
Clearly all here hanging out.
So yeah, you're missing out on the meetup, bro.
All right, but now we're getting into it here. We got Steve, we got Snake. Let's see. So I have seen Grape play before. I actually have not seen Hunter play before, so I'm curious to see what kind of Steve we've got to work with. And we're starting off on Battlefield.
Yeah, interesting that we struck and got to this place. But starting off, we already got the iron tools on deck. My man is speed running this survival mode.
Yeah, already has the iron tools. However, Grape has already shown some matchup knowledge, positioning a grenade to take out that dirt stack, using Nair to get the other dirt stack. I actually did not and using the C4 to take out the stack as well. So I'm seeing signs of knowledge here. Misspaces that a little bit. And, you know, even though Grape has been able to deal with some of the camping, hasn't really, like, at least in terms of the walls, hasn't really gotten an opening. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I do like how we're taking out sort of these stacks right there, these block stacks. And also the way that, like, with grenades and C4, if you can get them on these side platforms, it does control a lot of space.
Yes.
And that's just a Snake game plan. This isn't Steve specific. But utilizing that, because Steve, you know, if you put the wall up and then have a platform under you, you're bunkered down. And so keeping grenades and C4 there is definitely a very good thing against this character. And
you know, another thing to point out that I'm noticing now, so earlier, you know, we saw Grape dealing with the walls. And at the beginning, Haunter was able to get some confirms, but now, okay, finally back at full resources, but Grape had Haunter without resources for a good, like, 15 seconds or so, and was able to even up the percent. So that's really important, being able to not even being, like, even if you're not comboing, you're threatening and you're not letting Steve mine, which is huge.
Yep, absolutely. But again, low on resources, still got the diamond in the back pocket. Probably not going to utilize it for this set. And Grape, my man was out there fishing. Steve got the fishing rod, but Grape was fishing. And empty land turn around up tilt, my man. Woohoo!
That is the classic. Great stuff from Grape to even things up. Grape stuff from Grape even. Thank you. I only operate at the highest level of humor. Okay, but the diamond tool coming in clutch here. You don't really need resources if you have diamond, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, you just swing and swing some more.
Oh, I really like Haunter putting up that wall there to prevent Snake from doing the normal high recovery that you see Snakes go through so often. Unfortunately, though, for Haunter, no resources and now stuck in the corner. This could be huge.
Great tech. And it wasn't... Grape had hit him with the Nikita, but maybe thought that Haunter wasn't going to be so close to the stage after that, and so didn't have sort of the second layer of that advantage state ready.
It gets another Tomahawk up tilt. Weak hit of the down air will not kill just yet, but good resources on Haunter right now. Has gold and diamond, which is, what you, gold, diamond, steel, or iron rather. Haunter has everything he needs to get this kill.
Yeah.
And there we see it come out. He gets a wall up and wants to replenish the resources before Grape gets things started again.
And again, no need to sort of repair the tools. Gonna save the diamond until the next stock. We found a big F tilt. And
Nice.
this game's been even. Haunter has taken the stock first both times, but Grape has been right on his, sort of on his heels.
And that is so key because it is so easy to get downtrodden and get run over by Steve, especially after losing a stock when he's got the diamond tools for the next stock. Grape has done a really good job keeping things even as much as he can, and now we see the camping come out.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter if Haunter gets another diamond, right? This is his last stock. He's going to have the tools for the rest of the stock. So now Grape's like, okay, now I can camp back. It doesn't matter if you get the resources, so we
Excellent
can
point,
really
yeah.
play this, slower game. And I just love that thought process right there that, now I can really set up shop just like you.
Yeah, I totally agree. And okay, went a little tricky with the recovery there, but does make it back to ledge unpunished. Misses the tech on that, and the forward air into up smash will clean things up from Haunter in a very close game one.
Yeah, extremely close game one. And, when that killed, I looked over and I saw Grape sort of like look off into the distance. You could see that there was some thought going on.
Okay,
Sort of shakes
okay.
the head, yes. I think that Grape knows what needs to be done if he's going to find a dub. And now I think that Haunter is ready to, with a game up, got the confidence to try and stop that.
Yeah, stop the adjustments, play with your lead. Steve, I guess this is more of a game thing within games, but within games, playing from behind against Steve is very hard.
So
and
hard.
I will say, Grape has done a really good job. It's like you were saying in the last game. He was evening things up before things got too crazy.
Yep.
And back on Battlefield, I definitely agree. The stage was not the issue there, and I think the platforms served Grape's benefit, giving landing options as well as places to set up projectiles, as you were talking about in the last game, Notch.
Yeah. One good thing that Steve has against Snake is that up tilt that Steve's loved to use because it's a phenomenal move.
Yeah.
It doesn't activate grenade if Snake pulls grenade and shields. Because it's a high hitbox, it doesn't hit grenades on the ground. Whereas that's detrimental for a character like Greninja and stuff like that. And so, oh my god, great tech! But yeah, it's just a pro or a mark in the pro column for Steve against Snake.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I actually didn't know that, but that's huge because so much of Snake's defensive game plan revolves around using grenades to make you afraid to go for a hit. That was a crazy little setup that Haunter had for a second there. Credits to Grape for not dying.
Yeah, he hit him with the saw trap, bro.
That was absolutely a saw trap. And gets sneak the F tilt in. Haunter has been leading for much of this game. Oh, but a good recovery.
Yeah, and a phenomenal mash out of that minecart because Haunter hit him with the minecart and then used Steve's up B to go right at him. He was like, I need to get this conversion stat, bro.
Okay, and yeah, the dirt blocks just getting eviscerated by the grenades right now. But Haunter, I will say, one thing I like that Haunter's doing, I feel like he's using minecart really well. Okay, so out of the corner there, oh, he's gone. Wait a second.
Minecart well? He said, let me show you a minecart unwell.
Yeah, minecart very unwell. Oh my gosh, gets blown up there. Generally speaking, I felt that he was using minecart well, especially not solely relying on it to recover like you see Steve's do sometimes. But, credits to Grape for seeing the minecart and having the counterplay on lock. And now we see Grape hang out by the ledge. He's got the C4 under the plat. He's got the grenades around the platforms. He's just going from ledge to ledge, daring Haunter to overextend and add to his lead.
Yeah, and another thing that I really like, sort of just character-to-character interplay, is when Snake gets grabbed by the minecart, if Haunter has grabbed a grenade and dropped it on the ground, the grenade will break him out of the minecart. So he's not getting sort of hit by these stuns. That one he is. But for the most... Oh!
Yeah, okay, nice.
He saw Rockman's tweet.
There you go.
He saw the homework.
The Twitter clips.
Yeah.
The knowledge. Oh my gosh, and now just throwing the entire arsenal. We saw Nikita. We saw Grenade. Mashes out and then gets promptly smacked in the face.
Is he alive? Oh, he's alive.
He knows how to do the low recoveries. That is so hard against Steve.
Jeez, my man was in the depths for that. My man was in the nether for that forward air
There
spike.
we go.
Hey, yo.
Absolutely in the nether right there. And now building up some damage with those diamond tools. Snake obviously heavy, but I mean, an F smash will certainly kill. Up tilt back air will kill.
God, what?
That was a little unethical, guys. I'm not gonna lie.
Eviscerated.
Really
is
good
the
stuff to
only
Hunter.
way to describe that. That's insane. And now he ain't got a pickaxe. He's just throwing fists out.
Oh my gosh, if that dash attack from Grape had come a little bit earlier, I think it would have bounced into the up smash. That would have been dope. But
Kid's mining with his fist, you noob.
he's
Get
just
your
punching the
tools
ground.
Up. Get your tools up, kid.
Get your money up, Hunter. All right, I like the dare, sends the opposite direction. So, I mean, as most people know, we're above 160. A grab is a guaranteed kill for Snake here. But honestly, Grape has gotten like, I could probably count on one hand how many grabs Grape has gotten and even gone for. I think he very wisely is not going for the grabs and instead spacing with the moves. Goes for one there, but yes, spacing with the explosives, spacing with the aerials. Finally gets the stock. We're on last stock. I don't know, Notch. This is definitely close.
This is. I also just want to point out I love the discipline from Haunter. Didn't have a pickaxe, but didn't want to waste the diamond. Wanted to save it for the next stock. He was at a very high percent. Anything could have killed him, you know. But now he's got the diamond pickaxe, and my man is swanging on him.
Ooh, the positioning to get all those kill moves out in a way that threatens so much to Grape. Oh no. Okay, no air dodge.
Great.
Nice.
Big back here right now. What do we got in the tank, Grape? Show me some gimmick right now.
Show what you got. I mean, Snake can do damage in a hurry. You know, this is well known. But Steve has approximately 500 kill moves. So
yeah, approximately.
I'm pretty sure a grab will probably kill now. I think an up throw or forward throw. Oh, it's good. The grenade was there. Once again, that interaction that you pointed out with the blowing up the minecart before getting stuck for too long. Okay, here.
Tosses it in the bunker.
Absolutely tosses the nade into the bunker. Dash attack?
Oh, man. I love that wait from Haunter. He knew that Grape was scared. That could have been it. That could have been it.
Oh, my God.
Oh, the parry and no up tilt.
Wait, this is scary times. Oh, the C4!
Oh, my Lord, dude. I got goosebumps, and I'm not the one even playing right now.
Oh, my gosh. A disgusting C4 pull. And now, yeah, Grape's nodding to his music. He's feeling himself a little bit. That's the momentum swing you need. Going from almost being convincingly put down 2-0 to 1-1. I like what I'm seeing from Grape, Notched. I like what I'm seeing.
Just like you said, dude, Snake can put on damage in a hurry. My man does hit like a freight train. And, yeah, that's just a couple good interactions. Puts him in disadvantage. Started feeling the fear on it.
And you know, at the end there, Haunter, as you were saying, was so disciplined for so much of that game. But we saw at the end, he like went for a big swing on a grab, trying to get that kill throw. Was chasing Snake in the air despite the projectiles around him, and yeah, just gets caught by the C4. You have to be so careful with that C4. I mean, that is like that makes or breaks sets if you are unaware where the C4 is.
Yeah. And so we've now removed the top platform. Battlefield has gotten slightly smaller in size.
Oh my gosh, and Haunter already taking advantage of it, going with the up air ladders, taking taking Grape up to 78%. Still pretty even thus far. Iron Tools on deck. Okay, yeah, I like Grape using the little like has his back to Haunter holding the grenade to try and set up into like a back air with a with grenade detonation.
Yep, and just got him in the ledge right now. Opts to just sort of back off, let the grenades do some shield damage, and keep stage position right here. Ooh, great roll. Gets him into the grenade. No conversion off of it. Jab 3's a little slow to be converting off grenades like that, but, you know, Snake's one of those characters that a lot of stuff can, like, just sort of work out with the way explosions work and everything. That heck, why not go for it?
I'm surprised Haunter went for the downer there. Did build the Empire State Building to prevent Grape from recovering high, but Grape did make it back, and we are at a combined 300%. Oh, where's the grab? Oh my gosh, I would have really liked to see a grab there.
No tech off the block. Tries to get him with the C4. Oh, F tilt 1. Oh, and he gets it. Oh my Lord.
Yo, Grape throwing the hands, did not need a projectile at all to close out that stock. But I mean, Snake is so scary. That F tilt and up tilt, like, I'm scared too. It makes me want to roll. It makes me want to spot dodge, and Snake always has something else ready. At 189 now. Haunter, yeah. No, go ahead.
I was going to say on Snake, F tilt 1 doesn't really lead into anything else besides F-tilt 2 because it's sort of so slow. But the fear of getting hit by an F-tilt 2 is enough to keep you in your place. And like, man, it's just tough.
It's such a catch-22 because either you get hit with the second hit of F-tilt or you risk Snake going for a mix-up with the up-tilt like we just saw. When you're at that high percent against Snake, it's just terrifying. I mean, Steve, obviously we're talking about, has a million kill options, but Snake has a lot of ways to trap you too. The up-tilt bear,
Whoa. Brother, I've been hit by Honda Civics that didn't hurt as much as a Diamondbacker. Come on.
Talk to him, Notch. That was brutal. 114 post hit from the middle of the stage, and Snake is dying. I mean, that is tough. We'll say Grape throwing, once again, the entire arsenal on that ledge trap unfortunately does not work out. And this is the biggest lead we've seen Hunter have, I think, this set.
Yeah, this is big, and I just bouncing. My man playing catch with himself.
He's playing a little bit of wall ball there.
Yeah. But 82%, look, Grape has it in him to just take stocks in a flash. We've seen it happen, so.
I mean, we saw it last game, you know?
Yep, exactly.
The comeback factor is very real for Snake, especially since Hunter's playing such a careful, measured approach. If Snake is able to stay alive while avoiding the big swings, it gets hard because you mentioned it last game. At a certain point, it doesn't matter what tools Steve has because anything's going to kill you, you know?
Yeah, and going up 2-1 is going to be extremely important in this. Ooh, great read.
Oh my gosh, I love the weight.
Yeah, I also like jumping in place because it'll also avoid get-up attack.
Nice.
If they do it instantly, you know, if they don't time it. So just a mark of a good Snake player.
Yeah, great point there. And Grape certainly has shown so much knowledge, but Hunter has been immovable this game. Wow, brave soul contesting that down air. And we're down to last stock. I don't know.
Call me biased, but I really do love Snake up air. That move hits so hard, and it really does look like Snake puts his all into it. It's just such a funny move.
It is a the incredibly pure muscle quads just pushing straight upwards.
Yeah.
The upward press. Yeah, such a cool, strong move. And again, the projectiles are building up the damage, and Hunter does not have a good opening. Starting to throw out these side Bs, but it does work out in that situation. Now you're forcing a high recovery. What's the option here?
Yeah, there's a lot of chip damage that Hunter's catching right now that is not good, because if we saw anything from last game, dude, this is not where you want to be if you're Hunter, but...
Not. Ooh!
All right.
Oh my gosh, that was such a good trap! Oh, wow, great. And Hunter with the little pop-off, feeling himself. You got to feel good taking that rubber match. I like the passion. I like the passion.
Yeah, somebody check his right thigh, because my man just laid into that. He slapped in the thigh, feeling himself. And again, so right there, Grape sort of went for the Hail Mary. If Hunter wasn't moving forward, that C4 might have caught him. But because that minecart was coming forward, just, they both picked an option. It really felt like a rock, paper, scissors right there in that isolated moment.
I totally agree. Grape actually had such a good setup to get the kill with the C4 on the plat where Hunter was, while also being able to cover Hunter's options if there was a roll or something. But Hunter finding the one path out, using that minecart and taking a very exciting game 3. Now you have this critical game 4 coming out from Grape. It's been a close set so far. Both players playing so well. I really couldn't tell you how this is going to go, but Hunter winning that game 3 could be a huge difference.
Yeah, I couldn't either. It really has been back and forth. This has been an incredibly exciting set, and just coming down to a moment like that, you can see how this excitement and sort of nerves are weighing on him with Hunter popping off mid-set like that. You could see how much that this pressure is getting to him, and I love to see it. So game 4 already starting off, and Grape starting with a lead, which is something we haven't seen a lot of this
We
set.
really haven't. I mean, this actually might be the first stock percent lead of this magnitude that we've really seen from Grape. And look at those grenades taking out any block that Hunter had. Hunter does have a lot of resources right now, but if he's not able to find his footing soon, he might just straight up lose his stock, let alone lose resources.
Yeah, this is... Oh, we're going to get a... Oh, no down throw. All right, opts for the back throw. I sort of like that. Big edge guard. Can Nikita find its mark?
Oh, it doesn't? That's unfortunate.
Yeah, so when you hit Nikita, right, it deactivates it for a little bit. The minecart deactivated, and Hunter flew right through that.
Oh my gosh, great stuff from Hunter. The up tilt bear, luckily just gold. Not quite as deadly as the diamond. Now we're sort of seeing the inverse of what we've seen in previous games, where instead of Haunter with the lead, it's Grape with the lead. Does find the kill, but Haunter was really starting to be scary, building up some damage there.
Yeah, that spot dodge there, I thought something nefarious was about to take place.
Yeah, nothing too freaky just yet. Haunter trying to get the resources here. 117 on Snake. For a Steve with Diamond, that's light work.
Yeah, yeah, for real, for real. And so it's really time to just build up that lead. Again, if, like we had talked about before, if you get Diamond, you get Diamond. Haunter just got another Diamond. I ain't found that many Diamonds since, you know, 08, but, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, Grape is perfectly content with him finding these Diamonds as long as he can sort of play the slow game.
Yep.
55% on him right now. Sort of faking out with the beer burst over the tower.
I was about to say, that was a nice little cross-up, trying to bait Haunter into pulling a move. The Snake movement is such an important part of any Snake's gameplay, because Snake being slow with poor airspeed, you really have to rely on those grenade pulls, C4 pulls, that kind of thing to land in the first place.
Yeah, yeah.
And would you look at this, Haunter has taken the lead.
Yeah, Haunter took the lead pretty handily without taking a lot of percent answered back. But now Grape said, all right, you got your percent, you had your turn. Now let me show you how it's played.
Wow, up tilt, up air. Looking a little similar to Steve there. You don't usually see that confirmed from Snake, let alone as a kill confirm. But catches Haunter with trying to get back to stage as soon as possible. And Grape snatches the lead right back just as Haunter started to get some momentum in his favor.
Yep, and dude, Grape is just comfortably set up shop. He's like, you got a wall of blocks up? Okay. You know, you get hit by a grenade or two here. I would bet that he didn't mean to do that with Nikita. I would bet that he didn't mean to do that with Nikita.
Notch personally did not feel that Nikita there, and I have to agree with him a little bit. Definitely not the best option, because now you've lost a stock and you have lost your lead. Okay, Haunter coming alive here. We honestly haven't really seen a ton of the big diamond combos like we just saw, but that's a quick 70%, like it's nothing.
Yep. Gets hit by his own grenade right there. Probably not what you want, not ideal, but percent is literally locked in. We are exactly even in this current moment.
Oh my gosh. Literally exactly.
We just letting it rip like that?
I guess we are. Haunter actually has been pretty measured with his kill options, but yeah, goes for the big swing. Doesn't quite work out. Grape trying to set up shop on this platform while taking back air pressure. Haunter's resources are running out, and Grape has set up shop right in front of the crafting table.
Oh, good tech on the block.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, and
We're
he
living.
lives. Snake thick, boy. 3 C's on it.
We're going high. Air dodges to ledge. Okay, yeah, nice.
He's got a C4 to cover ledge options.
Okay, yeah, has the grenade to negate that side B. I do not know what's going to happen here. Up throw. No, forward throw. Nice. Haunter going
chasing
up.
And a big back air.
Nice. Nice. Haunter with the big pop-off. That's what's up.
Huge pop-off. My man
front row
shook that
seat of that.
stage.
You love to see the passion. Fist bumps it out. And you know what? Really clutch play from Haunter throughout that set. I gotta give him a lot of credit.
Yeah, he really did. Oh, man. There, just right at the end there, I want to highlight that Grape had C4 on the ledge. He had Haunter at kill percent. He was sort of setting it up. And Haunter went straight over the top, had center stage, reversaled him from there, and won the game. Literally just that option right there made his life so much easier. That's phenomenal play right there. Phenomenal awareness, just sort of picking the best spot that he could be in right there. And
I totally agree. Yeah.
You know, panned out really, really well. And again, huge pop-off. My man jumping up, he yelling, he feeling himself. That means a lot to him. Means a lot to him. Yep.
I mean, and you know, this really speaks to the level of talent at this tournament, where you're seeing that kind of passion and that level of gameplay before we're even out of pools. You know? I think we might have a little break here, and yeah, here we go. All right, so let's shout out some tournaments while we're here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're in the Midwest, so we got to shout out Gridiron Gateway in Canton, Ohio. We got a July 6th and 7th 2-day event. Check out those pot bonuses. You are reading that right. That's $1,000 for each game.
Yeah.
And this event is also at the Hall of Fame Stadium in Canton, Ohio, the NFL Hall of Fame Stadium. Super cool event. I would definitely recommend checking it out if you're anywhere near the area. These guys put on a really good show, and I'm sure it'll be a really fun event.
Absolutely.
right.
And next we got Warehouse War 4 in Rocktown, Nashville, Tennessee. We got it July 26th, 27th. That's a $10,000 pop bonus. Melee and Ultimate there. And you can check out more and enlist at start.gg/warehouse.
Yeah, I got to shout out this tournament real quick. When I was doing ad reads during doubles, I saw this slide, and Neo was in the crowd, and when he saw the $10,000 pop bonus, he audibly said, "What the F word?" and went over and got a closer look at the tournament. So maybe you'll see Neo there. Who knows? All right. All right, but next up we got Invincible coming in Madison, Wisconsin, June 1st and 2nd. Another great Midwest event, not too far from here if you're from Michigan. Again, Melee, Ult, Rivals. It looks like it's going to be a super fun event, Wisconsin's premier event. Definitely would check it out. And I've really got to shout out this art. I really like the tournament splash screen here. I think it's really cool.
That's tough.
So yeah, definitely check that out if you are anywhere near Wisconsin.
All right, then you guys can sign off now.
All right, well, that's it for us for pools. We'll be around a lot more throughout the weekend. Catch Prince Ali, catch me on the mic throughout the weekend. Thank you guys for having us.
Thanks so much.
Stop battle! Richter! Orin!
All right, everybody, welcome back to the official Diamond Dust stream. I am so happy to be here. I am Sai, being joined by the homie Ritual. Say hello to the people.
How's it going, dude?
Going
And
amazing.
How's it going, folks at home? Because it's been, well, for us, it's the first time it's been a little bit since I've been on stream. I know it's also your first time on stream here, I think, this weekend
Yeah.
in Michigan. What a tournament so far.
Yeah, this has been incredible. Like, we have so many incredible players here. We're actually about to cut first to SHADIC and Jengi. So, of course, we're going to get to see SHADIC. IMO, I think, top 10 in the world at this point.
Agreed.
I think the results match. I think SHADIC is only getting better every set. So, of course, very excited to see SHADIC, but we've also got awesome players like Buzz, we got Riddles, we got Onin, we got Leo, we got Big Boss. So, it's a hell of a tournament, and I just want to say a huge shout-out to everybody here at Diamond Dust because it definitely started as like a normal regional and really became a lot.
Yeah, it definitely has grown beyond it. Definitely what happened to Patchwork a little bit last year, right, kind of happened here. What happened with the first Cirque as well, right, where these regionals are starting to just really be run well and just draw this top talent out as, you know, some of our majors, right, start to slip away. We get into a new generation, but speaking of slipping away, SHADIC getting slipped all the way off stage, pushed into the corner, Kirisai, and already just taking big damage.
I think a really important thing for Jengi is to stay at exactly that range with those back airs and F tilts. Probably keep Holy Water on the ground and just not get caught in the Corn vortex. Corn is a 50-50 monster, but Richter does outrange Corn, so this is going to be a little bit of a struggle as long as Jengi does not approach. As you can see, approached once, immediately got your disadvantage. But yeah, SHADIC actually has to play a little catch up right here.
Yeah, one of the things that we've seen SHADIC do here is use these pins to trap landing, and that's one of Corn's greatest strengths normally, but especially in this matchup where that pin also is your best tool to contest Jengi's range. If you can let them swing with those back airs at those angles, and bait it out with the right jump timing, you can find that pin on the landing and really punish them. That time, speaking of punish, though, the only punishment we're going to see is getting cooked by the Holy Fire. Jengi going to ride that momentum into the first stock, but SHADIC is definitely working this one back.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like people don't really bring it up in the conversation that it is very difficult to get off the ledge against Richter, but Corn specifically, like, she's kind of forced to just jump. Like, Corn loves to, like, jump from the ledge or maybe even, like, go for, like, a pin or something of that nature, but, like, Holy Water cuts that out, and as long as Jengi continues to just retreat and throw those, like, bears and F-tilts out, like, it's tough. So, yeah, but despite that, very little damage on SHADIC so far. It's all going to come to how well Jengi can just keep this defense up and just really, really force SHADIC out. You just do not want to get next to that character.
I think one of the hard things for SHADIC as well is that, you know, this with Corrin especially is a character that wants to kind of swing preemptively a lot of the time and hold space. And as you mentioned, with those Holy Fires, but also just the whip in general, it's really good at laning off space. The Belmonts are a character that want to, you know, they really punish you for swinging first and taking that playstyle and just want you to play on reaction. And Jengi has really been exploiting that about SHADIC's play, where he's getting forced to jump to find these swings, just like with that Nair, and Jengi's just able to cover him on reaction because you can't swing preemptively against the Belmonts.
Yeah, and again, this ledge pressure is so rough. SHADIC finds a way out, but it was literally only jumping, and that was getting covered by Axe, it was getting covered by Holy Water, and Jengi just, barely missing that down smash, but SHADIC is fully on notice here, just getting tagged by every projectile in the book. Jengi's playing incredibly well, and as I always say, you know, you get a tournament this big, there are bound to be upsets. I'm not going to put that in the air just yet, but Jengi's in a really good spot.
Yeah, and you know, there's some interesting, I think, lore here between why SHADIC might be starting off slower here, but we'll save that one for after the game, as SHADIC has a potential opportunity to answer back, having Belmont in the corners where you want them to be, but that DP not going to find the stock, but going to do a whole lot of work anyways, pushing SHADIC to the corner. However, it's going to be his turn now to find an opening, and he's able to maintain center stage, though, and not lose too much ground. So best case scenario for him, he worked Jengi up to kill percent, held on to his stock, and now finds the lead.
So let me tell you exactly where this started to go wrong. Jengi was at a position at about 40%. SHADIC is at like 130, 140 at the ledge. Went for a lot of kill confirms, but just kept missing them. And then the desperation just creeped in over and over. You started seeing Jengi hold forward. Jengi's still kind of holding forward. And now SHADIC has taken all his momentum and nearly the game at 41%.
Yeah, he's just trying to catch you slipping on the DI, right? That up special is so awkward to DI, send you at some really janky little angles. And so SHADIC just trying to keep at you slipping by the top blast zone. We see it work all the time, but not against Jengi. However, that's a lot of damage going to get racked on him off that platform continuation. SHADIC taking you off the coast to coast. Gonna lose the stock, though, and now going down to his last one. He has the percent lead. He has the iframes and the pin. I mean, he didn't even need the time for me to give you a handoff, man. He's like, I don't need to hand this back to neutral. We can just go to game 2.
And this is something that is a little bit unfortunate when you're playing a player of this caliber. Like, obviously they're really good, but there's something that happens psychologically. You're like, wow, I have the lead. I'm actually doing this. Should I be doing this? And people start to like doubt themselves, to get frustrated, or get antsy. Meanwhile, the top players, as we're about to get into, and if it isn't already common knowledge, basically a lot of top players will spend the first like minute and a half, 2 minutes just figuring out how to not get hit later. Like, okay, this is what you like to go for. This is what you press in disadvantage. This is what you want to press me on. And then they just kind of formulate their game plan around that and then just start to like snowball.
It definitely felt like SHADIC, part of that early lead was SHADIC just downloading information, but also lulling Genki into a false sense of security. Right?
And me.
Let him get comfortable, or let Genki get comfortable, and then once they do, break them down, because you play Belmonts, right? You have a very strong advantage state, but once you lose neutral, that's all she wrote. SHADIC betting that Genki's confidence is the same way, and we'll see how it pays off here in the rest of the set.
Yeah, so I think it's just going to come down to, can you keep your composure? Because once again, we're off to like a little bit of an early lead here. And yeah, Corrin just sucked at the ledge. As I said, Corrin kind of has to jump off stage, but that was a really, really well-placed pin from SHADIC. It's just going to really come down to also how Genki deals with being out of shield too. So like those up Bs out of shield are really good for now, but of course you can't get too comfortable with them because it is risky. But yeah, Genki's still playing this really solid.
I really like the way Genki is trying to hold platform, but didn't hold the edge and instead tried to hold the center. That gave SHADIC just enough space to swing with Corrin and give himself an opportunity to land and reset on the platform, which allowed him to continue that combo extension. So Genki trying to hold the optimal positioning spacing-wise, but in doing so, gave up a lot of defensive potential. And I'm sorry,
you know what I like about that? Genki's like, I've tried 9 different ways to kill you at the ledge. Here's the 10th. I don't know, dare into the fire. That was sick, though. Like, Genki's pressure in the corner has been really, really good. SHADIC fired back so quickly, though. Literally just came from the Angel platform and said, I'm going to do about 72% because you just kind of, like, flexed on me a little bit, and I'm not down for that. I'm not here for that.
People don't talk about Corrin. I feel like I hear about this character's hitboxes, its kill potential so much, but the character's raw damage output, like, you just see SHADIC and Neo, right, also here at this event as well, who just rack up this damage off these Nair extensions. Their spacing optimizations on some of these combos are so good that seeing this character get 100% off a neutral interaction is just commonplace these days.
It is. And Genki's not too far out of this, though. Low-key, I believe. I mean, one axe, you know, one cross into to an up B. There's a lot of things where you can really make things go wrong for Corrin. I don't think the up B would have killed right there, so of course, Genki not going to put themselves in any danger. But yeah, not too far out of this just yet.
Finding the holy fire
no.
again. I thought we were going to either see an up smash, maybe a footstool or something to get cheeky. Not going to. Instead, just trying to swing and reset neutral. SHADIC saying, no, you don't. Finding the F smash, closing it on out. So now moving into potentially Genki's last stock winner's side here. This is being still a wave A winner's side qualifier. So a lot on the line. Not your bracket life, but potentially, you know, making a top cut winner's side. Genki looking to maybe stage a huge upset here and has had some potential, but that might be running out of room to make it happen.
Yeah, it just might be. I think what's really been one of the big difference makers here is like Genki's had a lot of opportunities, but it's just been like a hair shy on the confirms. That is not SHADIC's game. SHADIC's confirms are so locked down. I mean, SHADIC has been a top Corrin since really the inception of Smash Ultimate. Like, just been good the whole time, and now Genki, one stock left, 95%, things looking kind of dire, but yeah, SHADIC is very good at like bringing those leads back, because again, Genki started off strong both of these games, but now we're just a single decision away from disaster. Up B not going to be enough from center stage either.
I love using that cross there, doing it just so it doesn't quite go past ledge, but it forces defensive pressure and forces you to play defensively. He also blocking in the charge shot as well from SHADIC. Unfortunately, Genki a little bit short there.
Are we doing our best of 5?
Here in best of 5.
Oh, nice.
This is a best of 5, as you had asked. Production, coincidentally. So gonna, you know, SHADIC 1 game away. Genki not out of the woods, or Genki, sorry, still has a chance to make this happen. SHADIC not out of the woods yet, but the odds are looking a lot longer after that one.
Yeah, but this is also one of those things where it's like you're down, but you're still playing really well, because honestly, these stocks could have been taken much sooner had just like the right confirm worked out around like 110, 120. Because this is 2 games in a row where SHADIC has lived to like almost 200%. But I don't think Genki's game plan needs to change that drastically. Like there's just small mistakes that can like switch the tide in your favor.
Yeah, there's been a couple times especially where Jengi will start to lose an over lead and then stop playing that defensive spacing game that we've been talking
That's
so well
what it
about.
is, yeah.
Right? And just will go for that one swing too close. And every time it happens, SHADIC has found a stock off of it.
I'm going to be so real. I do not think there's a position in neutral where Richter is jumping forward towards Corn on the ground where you're not going to like get punished for it.
And even when you're trying to swing to get them off of you, when you're too close, right, the Belmonts don't have a great answer besides that up special as we see there. And so if you can't use up special position-wise, you just need to find any way to get out of dodge, because otherwise a character like Corn is going to push you off stage, and when the Belmonts are off stage, well, you might as well call them Little Mac.
Yeah, honestly, it's just about the same. And we saw those checkmate scenarios earlier, too, because, like, SHADIC would run out and just, like, put this back air out. And even if you air dodge it, you can't make it back to the stage, you know? So it's definitely tough. This match starting off a little stronger for SHADIC. I like using the Holy Water as a way to get back to the ledge instead of, like, using it as a ledge trap the opposite way. Ooh, great jump from SHADIC right there, too. A Rage F smash definitely would have tacked on a lot of damage. But yeah, this exact position, that's where Jengi needs to be. Out of pin range, out of F smash range, and just like fighting with like low committal moves.
Finally, we saw somebody do it in bracket. That is the counterplay to Corn F smash on your shield. You shield SDI, right? 2 triggers on shield, and then SDI like normal. We don't see people do it, but Jengi implemented it there, and it not only allowed them to get out of dodge, but find the stock to boot, doing it again here, and going to once again get out of disadvantage. We don't see players implement that nearly enough, and good stuff to them for doing so. It's giving them a huge advantage state and yet another potential lead here early in game 3.
Yeah, and she's really proven herself well. Like I'm looking at her results. She's got a couple of local wins here and there. You know, like 5th out of 45, or you know, 17th out of like 50 or so. So like definitely someone that like consistently go like 3-2, 4-2, or even like win the weekly entirely. Like I think she's playing really well. It's just going to come down to that mental game. But either way, now we're back on square footing. I love the way that Jengi is just fully just removing any landing aerial from Corrin. Like that up B, they haven't all worked, but honestly, like most of them will work, and it really just forces SHADIC to just figure out how he wants to enter. Because like on the ground, he has to deal with F tilt, he has to deal with cross and all that stuff. So it's like, okay, I'll come in with like these neutral airs. But that up B stops that too. So SHADIC is just taking all this chip damage, just trying to get a neutral win instead of those chicken 50s.
That being said, I think he's pretty okay if that's what he's taking, because up special doesn't lead too much. So while it does put you in an awkward position sometimes, the fact that it also puts Belmont in special hold generally means that Jengi is resetting to neutral and maybe taking a little bit of position. Where if you're going to have to lose, it's too much. At this point, I can't even pop off for it. Fool me once, right? Shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. At this point, SHADIC's got no excuses. Jengi is just cooking.
Jengi's actually cooking right now. And I'm going to be so real, like, I love that Jengi doesn't necessarily want to do the down air, but it's only like after a down smash or something like that is missed. But again, those checkmate scenarios, Richter and Simon recovery, very, very lackluster. And by SHADIC putting himself in that position, it's like, okay, if you fair me, you die for it. So, you know, I'm going to force you to bring your air dodge. I'm going to force you to have to make a weird recovery. And it's very easy for Corn to capitalize.
Yeah, I love the way that SHADIC there as well, like calling out the air dodge to continue that advantage state. Still not able to find too much, though. So Jengi with a potential advantage here, however, is going to lose the neutral off the empty top delayed nair. There, SHADIC now once again utilizing these platforms defensively, forcing Jengi to start to swing at him from a little bit too far back, able to find some of these extensions, but also give himself more approach angles because he's mixing up staying grounded and jumping to this platform, forcing Jengi to cover both.
Yes, and now Jengi, of course, just one hit away, but not far out of this game. Jengi just has to stay grounded and try to find something to confirm, maybe a cross or like really any of these projectiles. Spell Disaster. Axe, of course, is a huge problem for Corrin too, because she loves hanging out of the exact arc that Axe covers. So Jengi risking it all on the up B, but getting the sour spot hit of the up smash. She's still going to live here, but this is literally neck and neck. I would love to see Jengi take a game off a player of this caliber.
Yeah, I don't want this set to end, because Jengi has been putting on a show for us here in Michigan. But Sai, all good things must come to an end sooner or later. Hopefully it can be in 5 games, but SHADIC is gonna say no thank you, locking it down with a 3-0, staving off Jengi, who, you know, I have mixed feelings about the term close 3-0, but that's about as close a 3-0 as you are ever going to see here in
It
Smash.
Genuinely was, yeah. Like, anyone that, like, watches the set, and even when you're doing VOD review, you'd be like, okay, cool, I got really close. It was just, again, very minor mistakes ended up putting it to SHADIC's favor. But that still has to feel good. If you have a player of that caliber, and, like, sure, you didn't beat them, and it is a little bit defeating, but being like, hey, my play took me this close to beating someone that is, like, legit, I think, like, top 10 at worst top 15 on Earth right now.
Yeah.
Like SHADIC's results have just been crazy. But
SHADIC's results have been, I mean, if as you mentioned, it feels like every set is better than the last that kid plays. And I was talking to Emma about it in doubles. We were watching SHADIC and Wizzy play, or sorry. Yeah, SHADIC and Wizzy play Neo and Cosmos. I was like, did I get my Corrin players mixed up? No, those are the doubles teams.
No.
And what was happening in that doubles set is that they were prioritizing the 1v1s on opposite sides of the stage, right? They were ISOing. And they were intentionally ISOing the Corrin Ditto, which is strange on paper because historically they go very even when they play. Right? Every interaction is like last hit, last stock. Other than, the very first time they played in that first to 5, but we don't talk about that. That one doesn't count. But in those doubles ISOs, SHADIC was kind of mopping the floor.
Oh, yeah.
It was like and it was just like, even 3 months ago, it's insane how much, I don't think there's a single player in the world getting better at the rate SHADIC is right now.
Yeah, it is alarming, honestly. It's crazy. But either way, definitely shout-outs to Jengi. I think she played that really well. I think that was an amazing first start for our block. That is going to conclude Wave A, but we're rolling right into Wave B. So we're going to have our Wave B stream matches here in just a moment. In the meantime, while we are looking for players, will we be able to roll a couple ad reads out for you real quick?
Yeah, I mean, there's some great events coming up here in the Midwest and beyond, starting with, we're just waiting for production to get. Yeah,
well, I know we're going to get Black
I was going to say
here in a moment.
they are getting it. There is a stream runner, so that is getting handled on the event side. If we can get, okay, well, I think production is going to try and find the stream set. So I think we are going to stay here, but there are some still. I mean, we can still talk about some of the events coming up. There's stuff like Cost. There's Gridiron Gateway. I know Ohio, your home.
Yeah, we have Cost.
Is cooking a couple things.
Yeah, so in a couple weeks we're going to have the Ohio Summit, and that's going to be awesome. It's going to be all of our PR players, players like Doorstop, players like Geist, players like Ferb. I'm pretty sure Ferb qualified for Summit. Ferb is an incredible ICs player that's in here, and they don't get to go to a lot of stuff, but they always do really well. Ferb went to Riptide, got 17th, and beat most of Philly by himself. Ohio has a lot of talent, and I do think that people kind of get wrapped up in the narrative it's a top player, they're going to beat whoever because they're not famous. But we just saw a really close set with Jengi, who I'm just now being introduced to, and I think she played amazing. So yeah, there's a lot of awesome players that are here that are not in that super S tier caliber. So it's going to be an exciting weekend, and every time there's a bracket like this with just a ton of top players, there's going to be a bloodbath, there's going to be upsets, there's going to be stuff you don't expect. I could see Ferb going on a run, I could see Andrew T going on a run, I could see Zandomo going on a good run. There's a lot of really good Midwest talent that's here, and I'm just really thankful.
And I'm really glad that you said it that way, because for folks not from the region, right, they might look at this and go oh, it's a B+ tier. Okay, it's almost a major, or whatever. But when you really think about it, for this event to almost be a B+ tier, to be well into the B+ range, and be here in the Midwest, a region that historically has found it hard to gain and find points because they compete mostly with each other, and it's a very large geographical distance, tells you just how steep this bracket is, because not only is there the top talent to make this a B+ tier, there's also all the Midwest talent that is making these events the incredibly stacked 200, 300 person events you see once a month that are getting ranked as a D tier otherwise, even though they're just as high level.
The names.
They're just as high a level of play.
That's Candle.
Hey, Candle over there on the right and Legendary Goat on the left. I'm not familiar off the top of my head with what state Legendary Goat is from.
But I can tell you that Candle is definitely one of the titans of the Midwest. Very, very good Olimar player. Got a lot of awesome results behind them, of course. So really excited to see them. I remember watching a coin box. They were really far. I think they might have beaten Leo to coin box. I'll have to double check. But yeah, Candle super sick. Really excited for them. Legendary Goal 1 or Goal. Excited, or Legendary Goat. I couldn't see it was cut off my bad. That was my fault. Yeah, Legendary Goat. Excited to see what's going on. But yes. So who do you think is your favorite player to win all this?
This tournament?
This tournament.
I would say it's hands down SHADIC, personally. The man we just saw on stream. That being said, I got some sneaky money on DeBuzz. On the side. He's overdue. He's been playing out of his mind recently in general, and it feels like he's overdue for another win. That being said, either the Corrin players, SHADIC, Neo, or Neo, obviously Leo's in the building, Riddles is in the building, but I think any of those people, also Wizzy was just playing some insane,
Wizzy's
was
been
on
really,
some insane stuff.
Wizzy's really been on the grind lately. Yeah, Wizzy's been doing really good lately.
So like any of those folks, I wouldn't be surprised. But that's already like, that's like a full top 8.
Yeah, exactly.
Like-
I could see SHADIC taking it. I could see Shiny Mark going on a crazy run.
Shiny Mark as well. We didn't even mention him.
I could also see. I could definitely see either Geist or Doorstop, getting their way in the top 8. And that could be a little bit of a Ohio bias, but they definitely can do it. Like Geist is, Geist has crazy wins. Doorstop has crazy wins.
Black Twins as well,
Black
another
Twins,
player.
right? Yeah.
Candle, we didn't even mention. Another player who can go very far in this bracket, starting off now here in Game 1, having to deal with Shulk, a character that. This is one of the most dynamically changing matchups in Ultimate, right? Depending on the Pikmin, depending on the art, what colors are on the screen, this cacophony of rainbow colors is going to completely change on its head which character's in a favorable state in any given position.
Yes, and so far Candle's doing really good. Candle is definitely opting to hang around the purples the most. As a lot of Olimars tend to do, but double purple Olimar, I definitely don't want to approach that. So things get really dicey. Of course, Legendary Goat is going to be locked out of that shield model for quite some time here. So any straight air from Candle could be disaster, and that forward air from Legendary Goat may have saved him, but it was just too little too late. Candle's already got a pretty comfortable lead here. Granted, there's all kinds of crazy things that can happen. Smash art is crazy. So, Candle can't necessarily get comfortable, but having these purples on is really big. But it also could be very disastrous because purple knockback is already so high if Legendary Goat makes a mistake. Is that 3 purple?
Yep, that's
we have exceeded the Myron zone.
That's a triple purple lineup as well. Those flowers being online means, right, the more your flower is well flowered, the faster your Pikmin run back to you. Just by a little bit, so able to use it there. That being said, one of those purples is gone now, so cycling to a red, we're probably going to see as the percent starts to tick up past the 70 range, he tries to swap that either to a blue for the extended grab, or more likely a yellow, because that yellow with the additional hit stun modifier, right, the electric property, it means that then every other thing you swing is going to, you're going to have more hit stuns, so you're going to be able to find combos into it, opting just to find some pressure at ledge there and not doing so. So Goat is going to manage to keep the advantage and get on the board here. So good stuff to him for locking down and cleaning that one up.
So Goat really needed that stock, obviously, but I think the biggest thing that I kind of learned so far in this matchup, I think it's my first time seeing Olimar Shulk, because it's just, it's kind of a random one, but those purple side Bs from short hop height, Shulk really gets locked out of a lot of space and neutral. He really can't do a whole lot about it. He's not even winning the trades, he's actually losing the trades outright, but either way, not able to get those falling aerials to start the pressure, and Candle, fully aware of this, has just been staying on purple very heavily. Shield Monado keeping Legendary Goat alive for now, but now it's gone, and again, just double purple. This purple Pikmin specifically just looks very challenging for Shulk.
I like the way you mentioned what you mentioned about how Olimar locks out space against Shulk, because a lot of sorties, when they're against Shulk, they want to use their sword, swing through your Pikmin, and space you out, utilize their generally good movement stats, and to break Olimar's zone. Shulk has to do that with speed art on a dial, right? It only has a set timer, and when it does, you're more comboable. If you don't, well, shield art doesn't do that much because Olimar is kind of trying to just keep you out, especially with these purples. He's more zoning based, and Shulk doesn't have the best raw frame data to kind of counter swing against some of these Pikmin. So it definitely feels, as you mentioned, like a really awkward matchup, and Candle's been playing it to perfection, especially for how strange of one it is.
Oh, for sure. But yeah, it feels like the main thing that's happening is that Legendary Goat has just been kind of on the runaround, just trying to chase Olimar down. And Olimar doesn't have crazy ground speed, but with the purples knocking you backwards, it just becomes really overwhelming to get there. And that might be the Gimp. It is purple Pikmin from downtown. My God, cue the what's that? The Call of Duty marker, the little X right there. That was a crazy shot from Candle. Played that really well. Definitely stayed out of a lot of the important threat ranges for Shulk, and just honestly, it's hard for Shulk to even get those confirmed in the first place, just because Olimar is so small. But the way Candle's playing, this looks really, really rough.
Man, there's something about vegetables in Smash Bros, right? These people, going all the way back to Armada in Melee, over a decade ago with the turnips on Peach, but just you can lob those plants, man, and find the most crazy snipes. It's Candle locking out game 1 there, and now Goat is going to take him to Battlefield. How do you feel about this is going to a triplat. Definitely one of the stages we see less of here in Ultimate.
I think it gives Shulk a lot of room to escape, especially with like Jump Monado, but other than that, I mean, I don't really think there's like a bad Olimar stage for real. I think what we're going to need to see is that like Legendary Gold is trying very, very hard to find those approaches, or find those confirms with like those falling aerials. But I think what he's going to need to do, and he's a little close, so I don't want to say too loud. Well, he's going to die right here. Oh, no, it wasn't purple. Is that you kind of got to just realize, like, all right, this person is committed to throwing projectiles, especially that purple. I can't jump. So you have to kind of just change your game plan and just start, like, slow walking forward. Like, slow walking and just shielding and taking that space back. But as I say that, Candle just going on a crazy combo, triple up air, finishing with the purple even. And again, Candle just got the projectiles he needs. This is a solid opportunity for Legendary Goat to get some good pressure, but missing the edge guard is not what you want to see.
I was going to say,
the jab blocks.
I was a little surprised to see it here. You go here because it's a lot of damage, but Olimar loves, small battlefield in general, I think. I think some of those platform heights he gets great extensions off of. Plus, it gives him just extra landing options with up special. Also, as that movement tool, right, we've seen Olimars do that as well. And now Candle racking up the damage off the top plat, the full-on ladder. This counter pick has really been biting Legendary Goat in the behind. And while Goats normally eat everything, I think Goat here might be getting eaten by it all.
Mostly eating damage, honestly.
Yeah.
Mostly eating purple Pikmin, because 3 is crazy. Like, if you expected me to be in like a good mood and fight triple purple Pikmin Olimar, I'm sorry. I'm not the person you're looking for. Smash Ronaldo coming through. Very important for Legendary Goat to take that stock, because that momentum could have skyrocketed so far in Candle's favor. And the thing that's been really unfortunate is that every time like Legendary Goat has shield on, it's just a long combo, and the very final hit is always right when shield is over, and then Legendary Goat takes all that knockback. So it's just, this matchup does look very challenging.
It feels like Goat, to find a way in, just has to manage his arts to the 11th degree, and then by the time that he locks in, that whole time Candle is custom plucking and growing and watering this lineup and nurturing them to on how to beat Shulk specifically. There has just not been an answer here, and I don't even think that Legendary Goat has been playing poorly. It's just Candle has been locked in as he catches the landing, with the up smash, takes game 2, and so far just has given Legendary Goat no room to breathe.
Yeah, they're playing phenomenal right now. I mean, I don't want to necessarily just be like, you know what, it's game 3, you might as well character switch, but I haven't really seen any like huge changes on like Legendary Goat could take this. Like, there was a brief moment where like with Speed Monado, we saw them get in there, but you know what you should do? I think if you turn off Speed Monado and then just walk, not run, walk so you can react to the Pikmin being shielded and you can just close that gap. That's how Legendary Goat can start taking.
I was going to say walks, I think parries as well in some
Very
cases.
tough.
However, some of Olimar's options with side special are indirect, so actually parrying them is less safe than just taking them on shield. So something to consider as well. But I agree, I think walking, giving yourself access to that F tilt, playing more grounded as well, right?
Yeah.
Just some of Shulk's moves, even though on paper he wants to win neutral, find his advantage states through his aerials, I think Olimar just punishes him so hard for that. Just walking, playing a little bit more grounded, playing more measured, just like that, is going to give him a lot more mileage on finding these ways in, as you said.
It doesn't feel like Shulk has like a consistent way to even stop the Pikmin either, because like the purple Pikmin are like winning the aerial exchanges and confirming every single time the Candle jumps, or that Goat jumps. But like if Shulk were to like, I'll down smash, that move is active for so long, you get like hugely punished for it. So yeah, it just looks tough.
I like this as well, too. Goat now starting to implement a lot more reverse up air, implementing more back air as well, trying to just find different ways to cover these angles from Candle, finding some of his lower landing lag options, or some of his lower end lag options, just safer poke tools that he's used throughout the set, plus the backslash, getting that extra damage on the back in the smash art too. It feels like he's starting to put this together, just is it enough?
Yeah, I mean, that backslash was really smart. Definitely would have caught most people off guard here. All right, you see Goat's putting Speed Monado on. Still really committed to the aerials, but finding some answers here. Going for Buster, of course, at these low percents makes a lot of sense to me, but Candle, once again, armed with a purple. I've never been more aware and afraid of a purple Pikmin in my life than watching this set, because it is just such a huge difference maker on what Shulk can and can't do in neutral. But Legendary Goat really started to take it to Candle, getting some good edge guarding here, but missing the mark on that back air, gonna die for it.
I like
one
the
stock
idea.
left for Winterside, possibly.
I like the idea a lot. He was trying to catch you drifting back, right, crossing up or air dodging back to ledge. A lot of people will go for that, but Candle with the discipline to recognize that Shulk can't really punish him if he just stays by ledge on that right side. Not the F smash, barely not going to do it. So now going all the way off with the jump part. Good recognition from Goat to now force a last stock scenario here on one of his best stages in Final Destination for Shulk. But it's just really, honestly, it's great to see him making these adjustments. Again, the question is just, is it enough?
Right, and we could see that. Who knows? But we were definitely seeing them get a little bit better at actually killing the Pikmin. One of them was on him for a while, and he did like 4 arrows, but it was like right on like his lower back or something. He just couldn't reach it. You know, it was that itch you couldn't scratch, honestly. But now with Buster Monado, we might have an opportunity here to get some damage, but Candle is looking so good defensively. Very committed to just going for that up smash from these landings. And even if it's not working, it does so much shield damage. And that one, not only did it hit, it was also a weird way to DI because he's going for Monado, so who knows which way he was holding. Just kind of a tough spot to be in. But yeah, Candle just played the grounded game really well. Defensively was super on point, especially with those up smashes out of shield. Like either they were like killing or comboing, or they were going unpunished. So there was nothing that happened to condition Candle away from up smash out of shield. And I just think Legendary Goat just couldn't necessarily put the pieces together. It's very hard to fully reformulate your game plan, but Purple Pikmin just kind of took away approaching with short hop, and Shulk was just like, well, now what do I do? And just really just kind of got lost in the sauce there.
And it took away approaching with short hop, but it also just took away just trying to wall you out with aerials, right? A lot of those pokes, because it wasn't just like those grounded approaches, but just those side tosses as well that just stuffed out so much to even at a point where Legendary Goat couldn't feel like he could even set up and select his art a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Got caught. We saw very few arts come out that game, and you know, while we said, right, this is going to be a rainbow on both sides, I'm going to be real. I think the players might have been pandering us to a little bit because they you know, we saw the rainbow, right? We saw the rainbow, but we also saw a whole lot of purple. And, I mean, I feel like I was being called out there just a tiny bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. Coming up, we've got Advo and either Wilt or Wilf. I think Advo was a Samus player. I can't remember. Either a Samus or Game Watch player. I'm not sure. But definitely a name I remember all the way back to the Smash 4 days. And as a Brawl veteran, a.k.a. an old person, been around the scene for a long time.
Yeah, they tend to do pretty well in doubles, if I remember correct. I don't remember about their singles placement. They're banning Town, Pokemon, and they're trying to figure out, they're talking to the last one right now.
Yeah.
So it's Town, no PS2, and no, well, I don't know what the third one is.
Who knows?
We'll find out in just a second.
But yeah, so looking around, I think a player that I definitely want to see in the top 8 for sure is going to be Shiny Mark. I think Shiny Mark is crazy talented. I'm glad that Shiny Mark's been able to travel more and like play more in the States, so like really excited for them. Also, doubles is pretty wild. I'm pretty sure the Twins ended up getting third. Linus and Hawk, like medium key, like a top 10 doubles team, I think at this point. Like they are so good. They have so many crazy wins. They've been on a lot of runs.
Yeah, if they got third, that means they only lost to Leo and Big Boss.
Yeah, your only loss being Leo and Big Boss is insane. Yeah, so they were cooking for sure. Also, again, shout outs to the Diamond Dust staff. This was definitely an event that really had to adapt to the speed at which it was growing. Because, like, you know, you have a weekly or a regional or whatever, and more people sign up towards the end. That always happens. But this really rocketed from a regular regional to, like, a high B tier,
and
just shy of an A tier.
And that, too, right? The turnaround time on that. The event got announced the last week of February. We were at Full Bloom.
Yeah, we were just chilling. We were like, oh, okay, I might go to that.
Yeah, and
here
it was
we are
like,
casting it.
And 2 months later, right? The fact that they went from 0 with, remember when they announced, too, they announced Corrin. They announced Neo and SHADIC, and Corrin, and they announced Leo. Oh, that was it. Those are the only players they announced. Everyone else signed up naturally, right?
Yeah.
All of that other trickle-down effect happened by itself, and it happened again. That was the last weekend of February. This is the first weekend of April. That's only about a month, right? That's about a month. That's about 6 weeks. So in 6 weeks, they went from, hey, we're announcing our event. We have 3 players confirmed, to to basically running a major, and that is unheard of. So the fact that we're here and things are running, and they're running well, is just a testament to how much potential this event series has.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, very excited to get into this match here. Singles is going to just be crazy. I can't wait to start seeing those upsets. I know that they're coming. I mean, God, we really did almost see one with Jengi. We were just really like right on the cusp of an upset. But Yeah, the players should be getting together in a moment. Good Lord, pick
Yeah.
a character.
We are
so I
gonna
can
make
start
Booker
talking
DeWitt
about stuff.
work this weekend with that up threat.
Oh,
set
for
threat.
sure, for sure. All right, so this should be an interesting one. Looks like we're going to be getting Samus versus Villager.
And this
Okay.
is not something you see super often, right, in large part because there's not a lot of active Villager players. You know, there's a couple here and there, Pokelam and Tri-State, right, one such example, Javi on Earth, another, but you just don't see this character very often. Obviously, people are going to talk a lot about the role of Pocket in this matchup, but Slingshot as a projectile that swings through those missiles, swing through some of the weaker hits, as well as just the mixture of Tree and Lloyd Rocket to counteract that charge shot, as we saw, right? Just so incredibly powerful at the counter zoning game, and is one of the reasons Samus struggles in this matchup, much like they struggle with matchups with anybody who can put out active hurt boxes.
Yeah, this looks tough for like a lot of reasons. Like my immediate thought was, oh, Pocket, but I'm like, okay, well actually forward air is like a huge problem. Recovering is a huge problem because of Bowling Ball. Lloyd Rocket and Tree just stop Samus from charging. Also, Samus can't necessarily like charge freely in the air like she likes to because there's little things like pinging her away. So yeah, this seems like a pretty tough start for Advo. Will already lapping them in percent, getting a lot of damage, just kind of staying out of most of Samus's range and just trading with these fares and really just getting a ton of damage right here. All right, here comes the Tree possibly.
And I love putting the Tree at ledge there. You
There
set
it
up for
is.
the edge trap. You can mix the chop high, chop low. Oh, you have now the potential, right? Set up this wall at ledge to make the ledge trap more awkward, looking for a potential reversal here, but not going to find it. Beautiful tech and the Lloyd Rocket to keep yourself close to home here, far from the blast zone, although the percent is racking up. Advo just hasn't been able to find any answer yet to this Villager. And, I mean, I don't know what extra resources Tom gave her, but she is building up this victory fast.
Oh, she got mad bells in the bank for sure. And I think a lot of people are like, okay, it's a zoner, but once you get in, it's fine. But the curse of Smash Ultimate is that every zoner in the game has like crazy hands for no reason.
Also, I'm
and
just
Villager
gonna-
no exception to that rule.
Villager had those hands in Smash 4 too, though.
True.
Shoutouts to Vinay, right? Shoutouts, you know, unfortunately someone who didn't really compete in Ultimate, being part of the development team and it being something culturally frowned upon back in Japan to do both. But, you know, was someone who really pushed this character forward, especially in the CQC space, and you still see a lot of elements of that in Ultimate Villagers play today.
Yeah, I see right here, Advo really just trying to find those edge guards. A little easier said than done, and that sweet spot Bear really might spell disaster because once again, is that... Yes, just barely enough with the Magna hands, thank goodness for Advo. That was looking tough, but yeah, Wilt's playing great. Wilt's getting all these techs, and the offstage pressure has been phenomenal. Back, they're going to reset the situation. Tree is going to slow you down from like jumping with those forward airs.
Oh,
and
no.
the shield break to start off game one. Incredible play from Wilt.
That was just a matchup check right there. That was just you're in the corner, you're going to shield, Tree's behind you. You are definitely not expecting this to work the way it does. Because you say, okay, they're going to water it, Tree's going to go, I'll be in shield, and then I'll be able to react to whatever they do next. What people forget is Tree has like a year's worth of hit stuff.
Oh, it's a ton, yeah.
Yeah, you get hit by that move, and you literally can like go get up, make yourself a sandwich, come back, and then react
Oh, yeah.
to the next op. Like,
So, yeah, this is one of those things where, like, I think some of the better options that Advo might have would be counter-poking with Zaire is going to be really huge. You could at least slow down the momentum from those Lloyd Rockets and those forward airs. You at least kind of, like, sort of put a Band-Aid on the situation. And dash attack is going to be pretty solid, too. But other than that, you can't really pressure with charge shot freely. I mean, even just medium strength charge shot is just a disaster for Villager to get their hands on. Not even just for the knockback, but just from the sheer extra hit stun and how fast it comes out of the pocket. So you can't really zone with that. You could maybe try to bait them with like missile and hope they pocket that instead. But yeah, this is definitely a tall order. Of course, this is all best of 5, so Advo has a lot of time to try to figure things out and maybe get a little bit of a better handle on some of these edge guards. That could really come into play a lot for Advo if you could figure some stuff out there. But yeah, the grounded neutral is just going to be really, really hard to deal with.
I love that back air. They're going to find a potential opportunity here to push out or Wilt to the ledge. Advo has been doing a fantastic job now with the adjustments, as you said, finding the early advantage state. And I think one of the things to note here is that it's not even that Advo just didn't do this in Game 1. Advo didn't have the opportunity. We didn't see a single advantage state in Game 1. And this is really the first one, and he's taking it all the way to the bank on what was essentially a 0 to death there, Sai. Once Advo found that first hit, they ran that full to the stock.
Yeah, and honestly, it's so hard to get in on this character. You can't really give anything up. Great punish right there with the charge shot, stopping Wilt from covering with the side B. That was really, really good. Hopefully, Advo can kind of keep the momentum up a little bit, but Wilt is firing back very well. A lot of damage, just barely being contested here. Not finding the down air either. Not that it matters a whole lot, but yeah, definitely want to keep that momentum going because it is starting to fall out of Advo's favor, especially with elements like Tree and Side B just completely stopping Advo from putting those projectiles out.
I like the sharking attempts there. However, remember, Samus's up air doesn't go straight up, but it does have that slight angle to it. So Wilt was able to position behind the rear, not get too much, but still getting caught in an awkward situation. So getting pressure to the corner here and trying to find some way out of it. I like this change to a CQC approach. We really haven't seen the projectiles out at all. So Wilt hasn't been able to use those counter zoning tools. And so Advo is finding a lot of extra opportunities in off of just throwing out that straight projectile now that he's conditioned Wilt to not play around with it.
Oh, getting grabbed out of the side B. There is that little bit of time where like you can just kind of like punish Villager for pulling remove out if you're like at point blank range. But yeah, Advo just barely not taking this next stock, finally getting caught by that rage up air. So Wolf is going to get a stock on the board, but gotta stay away, gotta stay clear, especially from Tree. Not only does Tree do a ton of damage, but at low percents, it also is such a giant hit confirm. It's one of like the scariest things Villager can hit you with.
I mean, so much damage at low percent, as we mentioned, a lot of hits done too, so a great combo starter, but also has the potential to give you a couple items, right? You've got that wood, but also a very low percent chance to get a fruit that can heal you a little bit of percent. So some potential extra upside to trying to get that tree chopped, at least semi-often. Though Wilt seemingly did not need it too much because is able to rack up the damage here, try and find a way back into this game, and a quick stock, you might have the opportunity to still make this one happen.
Yeah, Advo's really had his foot on the gas in the second game, and it's been just going fantastic. And again, this is all like CQC pressure, like you were saying. Not going to focus on the projectiles, not going to take the risk, but also getting some really important punishes on Lloyd Rocket, because like catching up to his owner is already tough enough, but you don't want to get like forced back once you finally get there. But Advo's been responding to Lloyd Rocket super well in the second game. We've seen some really good adaptations, nearly the stock, and a frame trap with that down tilt actually. It's going to give Advo a 2 stock after what happened in game 1. Game 1 was very decisive.
So pretty too as a 2-frame because you drift with the Nair, but because Nair's 2 hits, you can drift the Nair in initially. And if they try to air dodge, right, you can just full send your Nair and try and catch them with a back hit. Or if they try to cross you up, you can catch them with a back hit. And then unless they commit to that early, you literally just, as we saw, fade it back. They can't punish you, and they have to land, and you just catch their landing. And it's one of those things, as you mentioned, a frame trap, but it's just so simple. But it's also, so many people don't think about adding those extra layers, those extra steps to the simple things in their gameplay.
Exactly. So going to game 3, going to Smash, we're going to keep it a little bit closer to the chest here. I like that. I think control over that middle platform is going to be a huge determining factor in who starts getting those leads here. But so far, like I was saying, that Zaire really does kind of throw Villager off a lot of their like aerial game, and Advo's starting to really just take big advantage of that. All that aside, of course, Villager very good on the stage, as you saw, using the dash attack off the platforms. That covers the ledge super well for like most of the cast, especially Samus. So Will still definitely got a lot of tricks up his sleeve.
I'm surprised to see Advo going as deep for some of these things as we do, right? Samus known for having some of the best ledge trapping in the game, and so to see a Samus go off very deep for some of these edge guards, going under the stage, right, going all the way down to look for a dare in the opening seconds as well, is just a very different playstyle that I think Advo is just not entirely, Wilt is not entirely used to playing around against Samus.
For sure. Oh, nice. Great coverage with that fair. Gonna do it again, forcing Samus to try to recover with that down B, but every single time Samus has to go low, that bowling ball is just gonna snipe that recovery out, and there's virtually no chance of surviving it. So Wilp got himself off to a good start here. I love the deep in the blast zone. Zaire forced to recover. Great back air, and once again, another tech, and like you pointed out, using that side B to keep themselves close to the stage after teching and cut that momentum off. Really, really good presence of mind from Wilf. But Advo does finally clean up that stock and keeps things even.
Yeah, and Advo with the adaptation to that as well, right? Recognizing now that Will is going to do that, so putting them in positions to do so, and then just waiting and trying to catch out the amount, relatively high end lag that Lloyd Rocket has. We haven't seen it work yet, but the idea is certainly there. and is going to come through sooner or later. The question is, though, is Advo going to be able to keep this momentum going? Because they definitely started to pick up after that first stock, taking the center stage, as you mentioned, but just...
Ooh, oh, that was a
Wilt
big
resets.
punish opportunity.
Yeah. Once Wilt resets, it feels like Advo in this set so far, if he wins neutral, he is either going to take a stock or Wilt is going to reset, and if Wilt resets, he's going to take the stock first.
That was such a good attempt on that roll read from Wilt. You can definitely see that he is firing at all cylinders, really starting to bring some excitement into this little bit of a slower paced match here. But Advo just a hair shy away from some of these kill confirms. We have ourselves a totally even game here. You were talking about Advo being really good at like ledge trapping, and we saw a lot of that come into play on this stock. But who is actually going to get this? The neutral layer of all things, just going to cut Advo out of that position. I love the position of that because, of course, they want to hang back. They want to throw charge shot. You know, you're a little bit afraid of Samus. What if she just goes out for like a down air like over there? But Wilf just taking the aggressive option and just getting really bloodthirsty for that stop.
And
really
doing
paid
it
off.
with the water, too, right? The water bucket on the tree, baiting out that they're going to grow tree so that you don't go past ledge, so that you sit back and wait because you don't want to go low. You don't want to have to deal with potentially bowling ball at ledge against tree either. So you just double jump backwards, and Will just caught that full on with the nair by going off with the slip mix up. It was beautiful stuff, but now pushed to the limit here. Last stock scenario, we've seen Advo run the table on some of these advantage states. All he needs to do is get one neutral win. He is still very much in this one side.
Yeah, definitely still pretty close here. Of course, going to use that up B to punish a little bit of that shield pressure that Wolf's going for. But yeah, really got to pick his shots carefully. God help you if something gets pocketed. But Advo's taking a ton of momentum. I think he's kind of at a point where like he's really in control of like Villager's recovery. She wants to side B so bad, but Zaire just fully shuts her out of that. And then it forces this ledge trap that we're seeing right here. Advo wasn't successful, but that's the position that he needs to keep being in. Because if you look at it, Will's been off stage for like almost 30 seconds now. Despite Advo, you know, had been losing for so long, but like he can't get back to the stage and continue to lead.
But as I said before, you know, it feels like we see Advo get one of these really strong advantage states.
Wow. It
First off.
poked under the shield, caught her ankle, and she died for it. That is so unfortunate. It is important to angle your shield, but angling your shield below you is very awkward, and it totally makes sense that just poked. Definitely an nail-biter batch, but yeah, Wilf really was able to just take that back.
Those people don't talk enough about how strong multi-hit up smashes are on shield, right? If you can trap someone below a platform, yeah, obviously you can SDI out of them. People don't like them for that reason. It makes them less reliable for killing. But when you can find the ability to pressure on platform with them, it's like, yeah, I'm going to shield poke you and you will die for it.
Exactly.
Have fun.
Yeah.
GG's, shake my hand.
Yeah, that was a really unfortunate scenario, but as I was saying at the beginning of that, whoever controls that center platform is probably going to be like, you know, the more dominant player in the set, and it literally came into play right there. Just the last little bit of that 4th of July action going to poke through the shield here. So Wilf is now up 2-1 against Advo. It's still being played really close, especially considering how difficult I imagine this matchup has to be for Samus. But yeah, that was just absolute nail biter. Definitely was anybody's game. And now you see Advo being like, I'll parry this. I don't care. I'm not getting hit by that again. We're never letting that happen again.
You know, we're continuing our world tour too, right? Yet another new stage here in this set. I think this is, you know, some of the most you'll see in a bracket set for Ultimate through 3 games. This is now Wilt once again racking up the damage, and it feels like so far Advo has gotten about, in the games he's either won or been close in, gotten about one good advantage state of stock, and he either takes it, or as I said before, Wilt resets to neutral, and when Wilt resets after the long advantage state, Advo hasn't found a second one in the same stock so far. He needs to find a way to recreate the openings that he is managing to find, because he's not creating enough of them to consistently set himself up in a position to play from a close position relative to his opponent's percent.
Oh, and the
Again?
shield break again in the exact same position we saw at the end of the first game. The damage from the tree, of course, as you said, it's very active when the tree is growing, and the axe just does a crazy amount of damage. Super good presence of mind for Advo, because honestly, even if that didn't shield break and like he barely survived that, Villager wasn't really in any like recovery for you to punish that scenario either. So very tough for Advo to get off the ledge here.
It's important to think about too that it was, you know, it was a different scenario, even though it was the same position, because he caught the neutral get up into the shield that time. I'm calling out the positioning, but also calling out how both the hurt box and the win box with the water, right, interact with you when you get up off ledge, when you have that hurt box with the jostle mechanic in general. So forcing him into an awkward position when Wilt maybe thought he'd end up on the other side, get pushed off or something. Or sorry, Advo didn't know as much of how to do so, and now Wilt able to find that shield break and just so much extra damage here as well. Another one off the bowling ball, slamming it down on your head like there's no business. What a call out.
I think at this point, Wilf, it might be down low complete. Wilf is just getting just such incredible reads on the way that Advo's responding to disadvantage. And, you know, now that we're best of 5, this is where that stuff really comes into play. It's like, all right, I've had a lot of time to study my opponent, and I'm going to put you in tricky scenarios. But Wilf just really keeps gambling big and winning big for it.
Okay, we finally see the wood happen, but it's not going to provide any amount of a factor. Villager does have some crazy combos off it, but we're not going to see them here today. Hey, now it's going to be Advo trying to find the ledge trap at the ledge, but not going to get too much, not wanting to commit to the grab, so instead just resetting, doing it again. Finally, that axe kick gonna find the stock, and Advo, once again, playing this one incredibly close.
Yes, definitely very close. Just that little bit of stall is just enough for Villager to float over that charge shot. But you know the one thing we have not seen this entire set? We've not seen one pocket. And now that we're late game, it's going to get even more dangerous. Because if he is able to find a pocket, not only is it tough and it can end up like killing you, you don't know when he's going to use it because he hasn't done it yet. So Advo has to be extra careful around charge shot at this point. But right now, Wilf is just putting on that pressure, getting a lot of big call-outs on those spot dodges or air dodges.
That bomb,
there it is again.
Holding on to it, so smart to save yourself the ability to air stall and drift back. Now that second tree getting chopped, barely gonna time that air to find its way past, sneak on the ledge and use the iframe. So Advo getting back to stage, getting those feet firm on the ground, and now has a chance to close this one out when it matters most, Sai.
All right, ledge trap from Advo, not going to lead to too much. Still getting a little bit of free damage here, but definitely just one single hit away. Got to be extra careful, especially running up and just spot dodging your villagers, because Wilf has been calling that out so excellently. Oh my God, the bowling ball on the stage was so scary. I'm not sure if he meant to turn it around or if he was trying to trade with an aerial, but the back throw is enough to do it, and Wilf is able to take it over Advo. He played it so well, and every single time it felt like the set had like an even amount of momentum. Wilf would just get this crazy play, like, actually I'm going to shield break you. Actually I'm going to find this F smash. Actually I'm going to like run out and just gimp you with neutral air. So a lot of really good surprise plays, and because it's all so even killed in the neutral the way he's doing it, it's very hard to keep track of when he's just going to go like full foot on the gas for aggression.
Yeah, I mean, he did such a good job finding ways to keep it close, but you know the reason that I kept framing it as keep it close rather than and he keeps evening the stock count is every time that he was playing close, taking those adjustments, keeping pace, never once did Advo actually take that stock first, except for the game he won.
Yeah.
Right? Every other time it was, okay, he's behind, oh, he evens it. Oh, he's behind again, oh, he evens it. And he never was able to find opportunities beyond the one he did in which he, you know, took the game to actually play from a lead, play from a position where he could control the pace of the game. He kind of forced himself into playing by villagers' rules and working around them, and just didn't have an answer to that pace of play.
Yeah, just kind of like forcing yourself to very slowly just play catch up. And as soon as it feels like it's got a little bit of momentum, it would just be like some crazy play that nobody saw coming. So either way, good stuff to Wilf and Advo. I think they both played that very well. Coming up, I do see we have Riddles sitting down against Grass-Fed. Riddles, of course, incredibly talented player. No one plays FGC characters better than Riddles. You all know him. I don't really need to give him an introduction, but very happy to have him here. You can see in the corner, I see Cosmos and DeBuzz playing some games. I see Geist here. There's so much talent in this building, and I know the amount of players here is around like 300-ish, but it's a lot of really good players just for that 300. So like
there's
the ratio is
and
rough
Black
too.
Twins in the other camera as well. You know, doing some stretch and Black Twins, stretching like he's trying to practice those hugs he is so famous for. That man, I swear, very few people top. If I had to make a hug PGR, how good you are at giving a hug in Smash across Ultimate and Melee, hey, people at the top of that list, Black Twins and Studebaker.
Valid.
Hands down.
Valid.
Best two huggers I've ever met in this scene.
Valid. So yeah, I'm excited to see who Grass-Fed is going to be running here. Oh, we got an Incineroar. Okay. I'm going to be so transparent.
Even.
Ah.
Sorry, I had to.
Even?
I will let you know.
No, but like, I am a huge SkyJ fan. I really like watching Incineroar at this point. I think this character is like underrepresented in the meta. Not like secret top tier, nothing like crazy, but I definitely think this character is underrepresented. And this is probably not going to be too long of a set because both of them just get so much mileage off any single interaction. We're seeing it already. Riddles with the classic combos here. God, just going to boot him so far off the stage. He's just barely living. Up smash is going to do it. Riddles only at 13%, and this is looking like a little bit of a speed run already.
Yeah, you mentioned that nobody plays the fighting game characters better than Riddles, but as of recently, very few people have played against Incineroar better than Riddles.
True.
Right? After what
My
happened
God.
at Collision, where he did win, but in a fashion that was very down to the wire. You could tell after that, and the way he played SkyJ in their ensuing matches with what happened at Summit afterwards.
An opportunity!
Hold on, another one, man. That's our third shield break in 2 sets. That's
yeah,
crazy.
I don't know what is going on. Something in this Michigan water. Everybody's shield is just getting cooked. But speaking of getting cooked, Riddles is on fire. The first tech on the platform. Grassbed able to get that get-up attack out and survive, but with 103% on him, he's got so much work to do to Riddles. Riddles just needs one electric, or honestly, any one stray hit to bring this back. Of course, if Grassbed can maybe find a side B, especially on the stage like Town and City where the blast zones are so close, he can easily take the stock back, but he is getting uppercutted into the heavens, and Riddles is taking that first game in 1 minute and 16 seconds flat.
That is absolutely wild. And, as I was saying before things started to pick up, it feels like Riddles is one of the best players in the world against this character because Incineroar is all about, this character has limited movement. He has solid but not amazing frame data. He's got good hitboxes but not amazing hitboxes. But he's really good at putting you in awkward positions and finding high reward opportunities. And the challenge with Incineroar is about minimizing the risk associated with them, which is what SkyJ is so good at.
Yeah, yeah.
But Riddles, it feels like Riddles is like how understand, I think better than anyone else, how to take away Incineroar's opportunity to find low risk anything and forces him to play the game for what he is, which is a heavy who wants to make you explode. But the risk is always skewed against you, and as you saw, literally one button push was all it took for Riddles to find that stock.
And the way it got confirmed was Grassbed was trying not to press buttons. You saw him go for a phantom footstool to keep himself in the air. Does a single neutral air, literally gets parried and dies on contact. Like, it is just very, very tough. It's going to take a lot of really intense shield discipline from Grassbed and some very careful spacing just to be okay in an interaction. But we also need to see him turn up and be able to get the same kind of advantage state that we're seeing from Kazuya. It is something that Incineroar can do. It is tougher. Of course, up air is really good. Very hard for Kazuya to land underneath it. And we haven't really seen any revenges yet, but this is also going to be another stock for Riddles. Nobody drops these. Bam. Up smash. 55 seconds on the clock, and Grassbed is already down in this game, too.
Yeah, and hold on side, this one might just be over here. They're looking for the first tech. Yep, you're missing it, and that's going to be the Dragon Uppercut, finding the stock, closing it out again. You thought the last one was a long game. This one only 1 minute and 5, so slowly improving his PB here on these splits, game by game. Riddles speeding his way through, but, we haven't seen, you mentioned we haven't seen any revenges successfully. We saw 1 or 2 attempts that Riddles kept calling out with an immediate grab, but we haven't seen a single Alolan Whip attempt.
No, we haven't seen any
or a normal grab attempt. We haven't seen any attempt to grab.
Well,
Riddles.
It's mostly been him and Hitstun, but
yeah.
Can I be honest?
No, fair.
I am so tired of being like, Kazuya's number 2, and people are like, nah, he's not that good. And I'm like,
I'm sorry.
What do I not understand? Because, of course there are a lot of characters that zero death you, but his are so non-committal, and there's so many different ways you can die, and there's so many crazy hitboxes you can't afford to trade with. His recovery is fantastic. His damage output is unheard of. Why do people look at me like I'm crazy when I say I think he's number 2?
Sai, we're Snake players. We beat Kazuya.
Okay.
Anyways, that's a conversation for potentially between sets, though Riddles is going to try and make sure we get to